Something will definitely go wrong. Just wait and see. Xiling, let's go back to the room. Xiao ran. Let's go back to the room too. The two brothers, each supporting their wives, returned to their respective rooms, and the noisy hall suddenly quietened down. Grandpa Sheng turned his head and looked at the butler not far away. Then he asked, "Who do you believe?" "Master, don't you have the answer in your heart? Go and check on the Gu family. Find out how serious Xiling's father's condition is." "I understand, Master." Who would Grandpa Sheng believe? Grandpa Sheng only believed in benefits. In conclusion, Gu Xiling's performance this time had disappointed him very much. He felt that it was difficult to entrust her with such an important task. If the Gu family was also unstable, this daughter-in-law would be ruined. Under this premise, of course, he would side with Hu Ran. As for whether Hu Ran had colluded with Sheng Xiao and Sheng Xiao, he would investigate it himself. Soon, Gu Xiling's incident spread in the circle. What happened in the Gu family was also the headline. Papa Gu's condition was still unknown. Sheng Kai, who helped Gu Xiling back to the room, seemed to support his wife. But it did not mean that he was not angry. After returning to the room, Sheng Kai left his wife and went to the office of Huang Yao alone. She had already expressed that she could not let go of Sheng Xiao. Was he going to swallow his anger? Gu Xiling knew that she was in a difficult situation now. But once she left the Sheng family, she did not know what Hu Ran would do to push her away. She had finally stabilized herself. She must not fall out with the Sheng family at this time. In another room, third brother brought Hu Ran to sit on the bed. He asked with concern, "Are you all right?" Hu Ran shook her head. "It's just a pity that I did not drive second sister-in-law out completely. If something happens to the Gu family, it will happen sooner or later. You don't have to worry about it." Third brother comforted Hu Ran. "Did you see Mu Qiqi tonight? Did you talk to her? She said that Sheng Xiao taught her personally. Is it true?" Hu Ran was very curious about Mu Qiqi. "It's true. When Xiao Qi was 17, she saved eighth brother's life. Later, eighth brother saved her. At that time, Xiao Qi was bullied everywhere. Eighth brother could not stand it and taught Xiao Qi how to fight back. So to Xiao Qi, eighth brother is not only her lover, but also her benefactor, uncle and master. I can see that your little brother dotes on Mu Qiqi very much. That's why Mu Qiqi is so confident. Isn't that so? If Mu Qiqi wants the moon in the sky, eighth brother would go and get it." Hu Ran could understand the relationship between Sheng Xiao and Mu Qiqi. It was not just love. To Mu Qiqi, Sheng Xiao had always been a hero over the years, even to this day. "I saw Mu Qiqi's combat power tonight. It is proven that Gu Xiling is not even qualified to be compared with Mu Qiqi." Third brother took the opportunity to hold Hu Ran's hand. Then he looked at her firmly. "You don't have to be envious of others. We can do it too. Third brother, tell me honestly, are you interested in becoming the crown prince of Huang Yao?" If I say no, it must be a lie, especially when he saw Sheng Kai's arrogance. In order to suppress him, third brother did not care about Huang Yao's losses. At that moment, he wished that he was the one sitting on the CEO's seat. Then we should seize the opportunity and get the position. But both of them had mediocre abilities and weren't that outstanding. Chapter 501. What was the use of investigating? Sheng Xiao had to be willing to do it for him. After he started his business, he had a noble-like secretary to guide him, so he could do things even more flawlessly. After all, he had to deal with people in the government. How could he do whatever he wanted like before? Old Sheng was always focused on the family struggle, so he had no idea how much Sheng Xiao had evolved. As for the matter of the Gu family, Mu Qiqi had no idea who had leaked it. Judging from her man's attitude, he was probably not the kind of person who would poke his nose into other people's business. "I thought you were going to help third brother become the crown prince." Sheng Xiao made love to her in the car. After he got home, he cleaned up twice and finally satisfied the little one. Not letting her continue being jealous, Sheng Xiao was reading in his study. Mu Qiqi came out of the bathroom and climbed onto his lap. She looked at the book in his hand in surprise. "Do you think I am the kind of person who is free?" Sheng Xiao hugged her but held her between his legs. I have no intention of getting involved in other people's business. TSK, I thought third brother is lucky. Come to think of it, third brother is really having a hard time. Sheng Xiao looked up at her and teased her. You worry about others all the time. Why don't you worry about yourself? I'm fine. What's there to worry about? You don't worry, and you are not in a hurry. I am the one who is in a hurry to get married. Sheng Xiao laughed at himself and picked up his book again. You were not like this when you had a crush on me. You were so proactive back then. Did he think that she did not love him enough? Who asked our country's legal marriage age to be later than other Asian countries? 20 is suitable, but we have to wait 2 years later than others. We have to wait until we are 22. Seeing that Sheng Xiao was still not saying anything, Mu Qiqi sulked. Xiao Xiao, I love you very much. Am I not yours if I don't register and get married? The waiting time is too long. It's annoying, Sheng Xiao replied darkly. Mu Qiqi looked at Sheng Xiao's open white nightgown and saw her name carved on his collarbone. Her heart softened. Why don't we have a child? Sheng Xiao finally put down the book in his hand. He was very upset. That was why he had to do more to calm himself. In the midst of their passion, Mu Qiqi suddenly thought of something. Did Sheng Xiao think that he was old? Was he having a midlife crisis at 28? If Sheng Xiao knew what this little one was thinking, he would definitely beat her up. Why did she have such a strong desire to get married? After the pleasure, Sheng Xiao had to clean the little one's body. Not for anything else, but because his possessiveness was getting stronger and stronger. The winter wind was bone-chilling. When it blew into the room, Mu Qiqi's body naturally shivered. Sheng Xiao glanced at her and pulled her into his arms. He kissed her forehead. You're the only one who's still out of it. Do you know that I love you so much that I don't know what to do with you? He wanted every part of her. Not only that, but also did not give of it of Mu Qiqi to freedom. Because he loved her deeply, he could not bear to see her suffer. In the dark, Mu Qiqi did not open her eyes. She hugged Sheng Xiao tighter subconsciously. If he was really that uneasy, she thought that she could give birth to a child for him. That was her plan when they came back from abroad. It did not matter if others laughed at her or mocked her. She just wanted her man to be at peace. She had to pamper her man. The next morning, the Lu family joined the Gu family in announcing an important piece of news. The new chairman of Lu Holdings, Lu Qianqian, had announced that she was getting engaged. The groom was not announced. But judging from the seriousness of the announcement, the Lu family must be serious too. Everyone was guessing the groom's identity. It was most likely the young master of the Lin family, Lin Muan. Although the Lu family did not intend to provoke the Lin family, how could old Lin bear the news? He had always thought that there was still a chance to salvage the situation. But now that the two of them had announced their engagement, it was clear that the Lu family did not care about the Lin family at all. At this thought, old Master Lin, who was lying on the sickbed, could not accept it. He said to the butler, "Go and arrange for someone to capture Lin Mu, and from the police academy. I'll call the Ji family and kidnap him to the Civil Affairs Bureau to register his marriage with Miss Ji." "Old Master, I'm afraid you can't do that. If you don't want to see me die of anger, just do as I say. I will call the Civil Affairs Bureau and ask them to get this done. Lin Muan is not of age yet. Just change his identity to a few years older." The butler sighed helplessly. Actually, Miss Lu was not that bad. Why could this old man not accept it no matter what? As long as I can get rid of the mother and daughter of the Lu family, I am willing to give up my life. I will do it right away. But with Lin Muan's temper, if he knew what the old man was planning, how would he resist? The butler was frightened just thinking about it. At first, Mama Lu had planned to buy some things and visit old Lin in the hospital after the news was announced. But old Lin refused to see guests. In fact, Mama Lu knew that old Lin just did not want to see the Lu family. Helpless, Mama Lu returned to the Lu family with the things she bought. She did not know what to do to make old Lin give in. Lin Muan saw the news early in the morning. His lips naturally curled into a beautiful angle. Now that he was Qianqian's legitimate fiancé and had the complete Lu Qianqian, he felt even more secure. His roommate could not help teasing him when he saw his smile. "Brother Lin, what's the good news? You're smiling so early in the morning. Your sister-in-law and I have officially announced our engagement. Lin Muan generously shared the good news. TSK. You can't mistreat a single dog like that. But it is indeed a good thing. We congratulate you and sister-in-law. Lin Muan could not help laughing again. But a moment later, he was called to the office by the counselor. Before Lin Muan could react, two burly men behind the door tied him up with a rope. It was obvious that they were from the military. How could Lin Muan be a match for them alone? In the office, the counselor looked guilty. Muan, I'm sorry. Chapter 502. Lin Muan was tied up and brought out of the police academy. He was then sent to the car. Two martial artists sat on both sides of him, so that he could not move at all. Young master, I'm sorry. You have to tell me where are you taking me now, right? You'll know when you get there. The other party did not intend to give Lin Muan a chance to react. They did not give Lin Muan any mental preparation. The car sped all the way and soon arrived at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau. When Lin Muan saw it, he immediately understood that Grandpa Sheng was going to force himself on him. Young master, after you register your marriage with Miss Ji today, everything will be over. Your hard days will be over, and we won't have to suffer anymore. Lin Muan was tied up and had no chance to resist at all, except his mouth. If you listen to the old man today and force me to get married, I won't resist. I'm no match for you anyway. But listen to me, the two of you. If I successfully register my marriage with Miss Zhang, or Miss Li today, I'll die in front of you. Let's see how you're going to explain to the old man then. When they heard Lin Muan's threat, they immediately looked at each other. It was obvious that they were feeling guilty. Don't think that I'm joking. You two can decide your own future. Why don't you give the old chief a call and ask for instructions? One of them said to the other. The other nodded and took out his phone from his bag. Watch, young master. Lin Muan saw that one of them got out of the car and did not close the door. He took the opportunity and ran out. After all, he had been training in the police academy for a long time. Although he could not beat the two of them, he still had a chance to escape. When the two saw Lin Muan running out of the road, they quickly chased after him. But because the traffic was too heavy, and Lin Muan rushed forward without caring about the consequences, the two of them were so scared that they could only stand on the zebra crossing and wait for the red light. Then, the two of them returned to the car and chased after him. Lin Muan was alert and took a taxi. He told the driver, "Go to Zhongting as fast as you can." Seeing that the two of them were still chasing after him, Lin Muan quickly untied himself and borrowed the driver's phone to call Lu Qianqian. His phone was thrown away by the two of them just now, and he only remembered Lu Qianqian's number. "Qianqian, send Sheng Zhao's number to this phone immediately." "What happened?" "Don't ask first. Just do as I say." Lu Qianqian hung up and promptly sent Sheng Zhao's number to Lin Muan, who did not hesitate for a second and dialed his number. "Crown Prince, could your men please come to Zhongting's entrance to meet me? I'll let Su Che out." Knowing that it was Su Che, Lin Muan was relieved. However, the car behind was getting closer and closer. Seeing Lin Muan like this, the driver was a little worried. "Are you a fugitive?" "I'm a student of the police academy." Lin Muan took out his student ID card from his pocket. "Because of my good family background, those two wanted to kidnap me. So I'm going to Zhongting for help." When the driver heard that it was a kidnapping, he immediately sped up. When Lin Muan got into the car, he was indeed tied up with a rope. However, the two people behind him were, after all, martial artists. They quickly stopped the driver's car by the side of the road. "Do you want me to call the police?" The driver was so scared that his face changed. "There's no need. Why don't I go to Zhongting for help?" "That's possible." With that, Lin Muan jumped out of the taxi. "Young master, why are you doing this?" Although Lin Muan's hands were empty now, he was no match for the two men. "Even if it's not today, you won't be able to escape from the chief's grasp." "Then try," Lin Muan said. And the three men were instantly tangled together. Lin Muan used his full strength and could still injure them. But his face and body were clearly covered in more wounds. "Young master, we really don't want to fight anymore." Lin Muan lay on the ground, waiting for the two men to take him away. But that was when Su Che sprinted over, and with the help of a tree, he kicked the two men away. Then, he helped Lin Muan up and pushed him aside. The old man's men thought that Su Che was a pushover when they saw his baby face. However, the two men could not even touch the corner of Su Che's clothes when they attacked at the same time. It was then that the two men realized that they had run into a real expert. If you want to take her away from me, Su Che, you have to win against me. The two men were stunned when they heard Su Che's name. After all, they were all soldiers. Naturally, they had heard of Su Che's name. Let's go. They're from the special forces. We can't win against them. But the two men looked at Lin Mu, and with a complicated gaze. Lin Mu, and breathed a sigh of relief when he saw the two men leave. He thanked the driver many times before he was helped into Zhongting's building by Su Che. Sheng Xiao did not stop his work when he saw them enter the office. Injured. Those two men are quite skilled. It's normal for him to be injured, Su Che answered for Lin Muan. What for? Lin Mu, and wanted to laugh at the mention of this. That old thing is indulging in fantasy. Maybe he was provoked, so he wanted to kidnap me, and bring me to the Civil Affairs Bureau today. You're stubborn. Sheng Xiao laughed. I can't tell that you're still so loyal. Don't you know this better than me? Whatever you do for Chi-Chi, I'll do for the person in my heart. If I have to be manipulated by others for the rest of my life, I'd rather die. Lin Mu, and was not as weak and bookish as he was half a year ago. Perhaps it was because he had stayed in the police academy for too long, so he had some wildness and tenacity. I've already called Lu Qianqian. She's on her way now. No matter what, you still have to think of a way to escape. Otherwise, this kind of thing will happen again in the future. You still have to go to school, don't you? When Qianqian comes later, I'll lend you Su Che. Lin Muan had a plan in mind. It seemed that there were some things that must be solved directly with the old man. Otherwise, everyone would not be at peace. If you can't solve the old man today, then I'll have to consider whether to continue training you in the future. Because you're not qualified. Sheng Zhao's words were very direct, but also very passionate. Lin Muan naturally understood his meaning. After a while, Lu Qianqian arrived at Zhongting. Seeing Lin Muan injured, she quickly rushed to him. What happened? It's nothing. It's just a superficial wound. Qianqian, come with me now. Where? Lu Qianqian's eyes were filled with his injuries. You'll know when you get there. Su Che, please drive. Chapter 503. Su Che drove very fast, and the three of them soon arrived at the hospital where old Lin was. Lin Muan did not hesitate for a second. He led Lu Qianqian to the door of old Lin's ward. When the butler saw this, he was shocked. Although he already knew that his subordinate had failed, he did not expect Lin Mu, and to come to the hospital directly. Young master, you, Su Che, please protect Qianqian. I'll be out soon. With that, Lin Muan ignored the butler, and pushed open the door of the ward. At this time, old Lin was lying on the bed reading the newspaper. When he saw Lin Muan injured, he said, Is my arranged marriage making your life worse than death? Lin Mu, and saw the fruit knife on the table and picked it up. When old Lin saw this, he was shocked. What do you want to do to me? Lin Muan walked up to old Lin and said, I know that the Lin family raised me. I have never forgotten this. So I'll return it to you now. With that, Lin Muan stretched out his left hand, and stabbed the fruit knife into old Lin's palm. The old man's eyes widened in fright. Blood dripped down Lin Muan's palm, but he did not seem to intend to stop. Is this enough? Or, do you want my hand more? My limbs? What do you want to let go of your control over me? Tell me now. Or do you want me to die in front of you? Old Lin had never thought that Lin Muan, who used to be such a gentle person, would be so ruthless in front of him. As long as you say that you still want to arrange for me to marry another woman, I'll die in front of you now, so that it won't be difficult to escape later. Give me an answer. What do you want? Lin Muan's eyes were very red, and his words were very firm. Coupled with the blood dripping from his palm, this scene seemed to stimulate old Lin's nerves. Do you hate me so much for paving the way for you? That's not paving the way for me. That's controlling my life. I don't want to say anything more to you now. Just tell me, do you want my life or not? Old Lin closed his eyes. He really did not expect Lin Mu and to force him like this. Didn't you get someone to beat me up before? I think you won't feel bad about it, so I'll just stab a few more times. With that said, Lin Muan pulled out the fruit knife. Just as he was about to swing it again, the old man finally couldn't take it anymore. Enough, Lin Muan's hand finally stopped in midair. You said enough. In other words, you won't control me anymore. Can I understand it that way? You can do whatever you want. Grandpa Lin lost his temper. But you can't leave the Lin family. As a police officer, I won't embarrass you. Just wait and see. After that, Lin Muan finally threw away the fruit knife. I will change your opinion of me. The old man could do nothing to Lin Muan. Was he really going to watch him die? At that moment, Lin Muan was so agitated that the old man was really afraid that he would cut his artery. Lin Muan did not say anything else. He turned around and left the ward, covering his hand. Lu Qianqian's face turned pale when she saw it. What's wrong? Lin Muan did not answer. Instead, he pulled Lu Qianqian into his arms. Everything is settled. Special Assistant Su, you can go back and report. Don't hug me first. Let me take a look at your hand. Let the doctor treat it first. Not to mention that it was just an injury. Lin Muan would feel that it was worth it if he could really exchange one hand for his freedom. I'll be relaxed in the future, Lin Muan said. His tears were almost coming out. Sometimes, when people were forced to the extreme and really had no way out, they would give everything in exchange for a chance of survival. When the butler saw the two of them leaving, he pushed the door open and came out. When he saw the blood on the old man's bed, he was immediately shocked. Master, this is not my blood. The old man took a deep breath. I always thought that this child was weak and timid. Even after he left the Lin family, I just thought that he had a strong self-esteem. But today, when he held a fruit knife in front of me and asked me if I wanted his life, I suddenly realized that this child has a wild nature. So you're going to let him go? What else? Force him to death? Then I really have nothing, said the old man. He said that he could make a name for himself as a police officer. Let's see what he can do. As for Lu Qianqian, I will still not admit it. Those two children are still young. Maybe they will get tired of it in 2 years. The old man smiled bitterly. Although he had admitted defeat, he did not know why he felt a little gratified deep in his heart. Because of Lin Muan's courage just now. If Lin Muan had just given in today, perhaps he would have felt that it was meaningless. But just then, the youngest uncle of the Lu family called the old man. My niece has announced that she is engaged to your grandson. Old Lin, are you just going to ignore it? Your niece has announced her inauguration. It's your ability if you can stop it, but it's your fate if you can't. Don't call me in the future. We are not in the same boat. The butler breathed a sigh of relief when he heard the old man's words. It seemed that the old man had really let go. I have to live well. I have to see how that boy brings glory to the family. Meanwhile, in the emergency department, Lu Qianqian was puzzled when she saw Lin Muan's wounds. What happened between you and your grandfather just now? I told him not to interfere with my life. Otherwise, I would die in front of him. It's just the first day of being my fiancé. What do you mean by dying? Lu Qianqian glared at him. Do you want your hand to be crippled? I think it's worth it to exchange my hand for yours. Lin Muan, do you know that you are really stupid? Lu Qianqian threw herself at him without a care. You are mine. Your body is mine too. I won't let you ruin my things like this in the future. I told you that I will give you a sense of security openly. I will be your fiancé, so that there will be a man in the Lu family. I realize that you have changed a lot in the past 6 months. Lu Qianqian looked at Lin Muan's bandaged hand. Didn't you accept your fate in the past? I have to thank CEO Shengda for showing me what a man can do. We are both men. What he can do for Shaoqi, I can do for you too. Although I might not be able to do better than him, at least I have to try my best to know where my limits are. Chapter 504. When she got home in the afternoon, Mu Qiqi heard about what happened between Lu Qianqian and Lin Muan. When she thought of Lin Muan's bloody hand, she felt that he was really cruel to himself. No matter what, if there was a good outcome, it could be considered a happy ending. But after talking about Lu Qianqian and Lin Muan, Mu Qiqi sat on Sheng Xiao's lap. Sheng Xiao glanced at her. He knew immediately that she must have something to ask of him. Tell me. The university organized a conference. There are not many people in the forensic science faculty. Feng Shanshan and I are the two most experienced interns. So we were sent to go there for 4 days. Mu Qiqi explained as she drew circles on Sheng Xiao's body. Where is it? Why city? Mu Qiqi answered. Of course, she was observing Sheng Xiao's expression as she answered. It's a rare opportunity. So, I want to go too. When are you leaving? Surprisingly, Sheng Xiao did not ask too many questions. He did not even look unhappy. The day after tomorrow morning. Got it. Sheng Xiao patted Mu Qiqi's, but as if his mind was not on talking to her at all. She said she would be away for 4 days. Then I'll go take a shower first. Mu Qiqi got down from Sheng Xiao's lap, but Sheng Xiao grabbed her wrist. Wait for me. Let's go together. Mu Qiqi nodded. The couple entered the bathroom together. But before Mu Qiqi could react, Sheng Xiao pressed her against the wall and kissed her fiercely. Even though they had been together for so long, this man's interest in her did not seem to have decreased. Mu Qiqi could not take it anymore. She quickly hugged his neck. Sheng Xiao pressed his nose against hers. His voice was deep and pleasant. Jump up. I'll hug you. No. You only know how to bully me. Sheng Xiao did not wait for her consent. He took off her pants and held one of her legs. Then they became entangled. Then, he lifted her up into the air. Mu Qiqi would go crazy if he did that. You don't like it? Mu Qiqi leaned against the wall and panted. How could I not like it? Sheng Xiao, you bastard. Don't you know that I'll be laughing in my heart no matter what you do to me? When the two of them descended from the clouds, Mu Qiqi lay in his arms and said, I know you don't like me taking risks, and you don't like me leaving you. But as your woman, I can't be useless. I must maintain my own charm. I want my own career and my own life. Even if someone mentions your wife in the future, I'll be satisfied if they can just say oh and say she's a forensic doctor. Mu Qiqi's eyes widened. She looked at Mu Qiqi, and Mu Qiqi with a smile. I don't want to embarrass you. Having said that, Mu Qiqi buried her head in his arms. You don't know how outstanding you are. Sheng Xiao smiled when he heard that. He washed the little one in his arms and carried her back to the bed. So, don't be angry when I go out. I don't want to leave you either. You know very well that you're the one I'm most attached to in this world. After listening to her sweet words for a whole night, CEO Sheng was satisfied. He wrapped Mu Qiqi in the blanket. I'm not against you going out. Not even a little bit unhappy. No. Sheng Xiao said seriously. Mu Qiqi was satisfied. She felt comfortable being taken care of. She hugged the man's waist and slowly closed her eyes. But why was Sheng Xiao not unhappy? It was simple. When Mu Qiqi told him that she was going for an academic exchange, he had made up his mind. Wasn't she going to Y City? Coincidentally, he had a very important person to meet. If that was the case, he would accompany her to relax. But he could not tell her now. Now that Mu Qiqi was an adult, she had her own privacy and space. What if she really did not want him to go with her? So he asked Mu Qiqi before she fell asleep. Cheer, don't you think that we are too attached to each other like conjoined twins? Who said that? Mu Qiqi scolded. You are my spiritual sustenance. Why should I go and look at those messy things outside? I would rather look at my man all the time. No man or woman is as good looking as you. Don't you think you can't stand it? Don't you want your privacy? I want to, but I have no secrets from you. Mu Qiqi answered naturally. Xiao Xiao, although you are old and have a midlife crisis, I still want to be with you even if you are in your 70s or 80s. In fact, I am more afraid that you will get tired of me. After all, you are the omnipotent Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao was speechless. Old age? Middle life crisis? This little one must be tired of living. It turned out that he was not the only one who was worried. He was not the only one who felt that they needed each other so much that they could not be separated. He thought that it was some kind of illness. He was afraid that Chi-er would not be able to stand his desire to control her. But he was relieved when he saw that Chi-er could not wait to be tied to his belt. Perhaps it was because he loved her too much that he was afraid of hurting her. Seeing that the little one was gradually falling asleep, Sheng Xiao held her face and stroked it gently. A lifetime is so long. Don't get tired of me. Okay. Mu Qiqi closed her eyes. But she seemed to have heard something. She nodded naturally and hugged Sheng Xiao tighter subconsciously. On the other hand, Sheng Kai had not returned to Sheng Mansion since the night the incident happened. The rumors outside were so bad. He certainly did not want to see Gu Xiling now. And the incident with the Gu family was also spread all over the place. Fortunately, Papa Gu woke up and stabilized the situation. Everyone in Gu Corporation was relieved. For the time being, no one knew that Papa Gu had gone crazy, because the doctor prescribed him medicine to calm him down. His condition was fluctuating. Chapter 505. Sheng Bowen sighed and shook his head. Don't blame me for not reminding you when the time comes. Third brother, I noticed that you have improved a lot after you got married. It's a good thing, and Xiao Ran has contributed the most. Whatever the case may be, the old man was happy despite their disagreement. At the very least, third brother was thinking about the safety of Huang Yao, and not colluding with those messy people outside. The old man had looked into the relationship between third brother and Sheng Xiao, and found that they had definitely not met in private. Grandpa, don't be offended by third brother. You know he has always been straightforward. How can I not know? Let's eat. Grandpa Sheng nodded happily. If it was in the past, Gu Xiling would have taken the opportunity to mock him. But now that her position in the Sheng family was worrying, she had to swallow her anger even if she was unwilling. By the way, Xiao Ran, you should go to the company as soon as possible and help third brother. Then I will be more assured. I know, Grandpa. Gu Xiling felt that she was an outsider from the beginning when she saw this scene. She had only made a small mistake in the Gu family, and Grandpa Sheng had started to ignore her and her identity. What was more ridiculous was that Sheng Kai, a man who could not even give birth to a child, dared to ignore her like this. If it was not because of their friendship in the past 6 months, she would have exposed this matter long ago. How could she let this man ride on her head? But now it seemed that it was not the time to play this trump card. If the Gu family's situation worsened, she could use this card to protect her position, or exchange it for a chance to support the Gu family. Therefore, Gu Xiling ordered the kitchen to prepare supper. She wanted to send it to the CEO's office personally. It was not a good idea for Sheng Kai to sleep in the office after the charity banquet. However, as he watched Gu Xiling drive away, Sheng Bowen could not help but hold Hu Ran's hand. I can see that second brother's secretary knows that he is in a bad mood these days. She deliberately showed off in front of him, and he did not reject her. If second sister-in-law goes there and sees something unsightly, I'm afraid it will be a good show. Hu Ran was stunned. She looked at Sheng Bowen's side profile. Are all the men in the Sheng family so heartless? Then you've wronged the men of the Sheng family. Eighth brother is a typical infatuated man. What about you? Third brother did a double take and grabbed Hu Ran's hand tightly. I didn't have any experience in love before I married you. I didn't have any deep contact with girls, because I know that my marriage is not up to me. That's why I don't understand why eighth brother would give up everything for Chi-Chi. Even now, I'm still confused. I don't know what it means to care, what it means to like. However, I'm willing to try with you. Are you willing to accept a person like me who doesn't understand? Hu Ran smiled when she heard him being so honest. Got it, Mr. Idiot. Let's take it slow. At least we don't hate each other now, right? Sheng Bowen smiled. It's late. Let's go back to our room and rest. Speaking of which, the two of them were only lying on the same bed. The most intimate contact they had was just a hug. They had not even kissed. Even so, as third brother had put it, love was not something that could be rushed. They did not want to recklessly take over each other's bodies before they were sure of anything. What if they got divorced in the future? Wouldn't that be too much of a mess? The night was getting darker. The wind was getting colder. Gu Xiling drove to Huangyao. Seeing that the lights were still on in the CEO's office, she took a deep breath and comforted herself. Wasn't it just an apology? For the sake of the future, she could endure it. So, she took the pastries into the elevator and went straight to Sheng Kai's office. At this time, the secretary was taking care of Sheng Kai. There was tea and pastries in front of him. Gu Xiling saw that no one was going to inform her, so she pushed the door open. She saw the secretary standing beside Sheng Kai. There were all kinds of pastries in front of him. She immediately understood what was going on. "Madam." The secretary was a little panicked and quickly called out to Gu Xiling. "You didn't come home for a few days. I was worried that you would be hungry and cold. It seems that my worries were unnecessary." Gu Xiling looked at Sheng Kai and said self-deprecatingly, "Your secretary not only has a good figure, but she probably won't covet your brother. So you can rest assured. Am I right?" Sheng Kai stopped working and looked up at Gu Xiling with a frown. "What are you thinking about? I know you don't want to see me. We agreed that I would leave the Sheng family after giving birth to the child. From then on, we would have nothing to do with each other. Maybe I'm too stupid, or maybe I've fallen for you. But you obviously don't think so." Gu Xiling put down the pastries and was about to leave. But before she left, she reminded Sheng Kai, "It's not that I don't agree if you want to mess around outside, but you have to pay attention to hygiene and contraception. Although I'm not as glamorous as before, the Sheng family is not a place that anyone can enter." Having said that, Gu Xiling left. Sheng Kai's handsome face tensed up, but he did not chase after her. "CEO, Madam seems to have misunderstood." "It's a misunderstanding." Sheng Kai did not chase after her. He was the CEO of Huangyao. But what about his wife? Yet he was still thinking about Zhongting and eighth brother. So he donated the ring he gave him without even blinking. "Then CEO, you should rest." The secretary was secretly delighted. "You can go. I don't need you here." The secretary took the opportunity to hug Sheng Kai and pressed her soft body against him. "CEO, do you know that I like you? I know that it's not easy to enter the Sheng family. I don't want to enter either. I just want to be with you like this. That's enough. I'm married." Sheng Kai emphasized the fact. "Even if I'm laughed at, I'm still married. But you need someone to comfort you." Sheng Kai did not push the secretary away because he was still angry, especially when he saw that Gu Xiling did not apologize when she came to the office. She was still so arrogant. He was angry. So, he directly hugged the secretary and vented his anger. The two of them staged a passionate battle in the office. He was a CEO. How many women could he not have? Must he care about Gu Xiling? Chapter 506. He would not believe that Sheng Xiao had never played with women when he was in his position. After all, Sheng Xiao was not a gentleman in the past, and he would not appear in such places. Unfortunately, he was going to be disappointed, because Sheng Xiao had never had any intimate contact with any woman before Mu Qiqi. Wouldn't it make him even more unhappy if he dragged the woman he did not like to his bed? Although Sheng Xiao appeared in such places, he only did it perfunctorily with his friends. He did not even bother to look at decent women, not to mention those who had been kissed and touched by others. Sheng Kai could do it, but Sheng Xiao could not do it, because he was a neat freak. So what? Gu Xiling did not know that her husband had cheated on her. No, perhaps she knew it. After such a big fight, it was almost impossible for her and Sheng Kai to go back to the past. But when she thought that her husband could be so intimate with another woman, while she had to compromise and take care of the Sheng family, she felt that it was not worth it no matter how unwilling she was. After a while, Gu Xiling returned to Gu Mansion. When Grandpa Sheng saw her alone, he asked, "Are you still unhappy, second brother?" "I did not dare to disturb you with the secretary," Gu Xiling replied stiffly. Then she went back to her room. Grandpa Sheng did not look good. He immediately called Sheng Kai. At that time, Sheng Kai and the secretary were in the middle of passion. Grandpa Sheng's call made him regain his senses. When Grandpa Sheng heard his panting, he knew what he was doing just now. He sneered. "You were in the right at first. But now, you can't explain yourself no matter how many mouths you have." Sheng Kai put down his phone. Looking at himself and the naked secretary, he took a deep breath and closed his eyes. Go home, CEO. Don't come tomorrow. The secretary looked at Sheng Kai reluctantly, but there was nothing she could do. They were just in a trance. Take care, CEO. Having said that, the secretary took her clothes and left the office. But after she left, Sheng Xiao felt even more lonely. Was he so incomparable to Sheng Xiao and Gu Ziling's eyes? It was a cold night. Because of his injury, the school arranged for Lin Mu An's leave, so that he could go home to recuperate. This was also the counselor's way of expressing his apology. Lin Mu An's results in the police academy were excellent, and his skills in all aspects were top-notch. Therefore, a few days of delay wouldn't affect him too much. Lin Mu An gladly accepted it, but when he returned to the Lu family, Mama Lu was shocked. Lu Qianqian explained what happened to Mama Lu, who then said with a pained expression, "She's your biological daughter, and yet she's so cruel. Mommy, it's all in the past. Go and rest. I'll take care of him. Then you guys should rest early too." Mama Lu sighed and returned to her room, thinking that no matter what, she had to go to the Lin family and try her best. Meanwhile, Lin Mu An smiled at Lu Qianqian. "What should we do? I really wanted you, but now I can't even hug you." Lu Qianqian pinched his ear. "Can't you think of anything else other than this? What else can a man's brain think of? Qianqian, let's go back to the room. We've been running and fighting today and we're all sweaty. Moreover, I'm injured. Can you help me bathe?" Lu Qianqian blushed, but she didn't refuse Lin Mu An's suggestion. They went to the bathroom together. Lu Qianqian filled the bathtub with water, helped Lin Mu An take off his clothes and laid in. "Come in too. I'll be at ease this way." Lu Qianqian saw the bruises all over Lin Mu An's body. She couldn't bear to refuse him, so she took off her clothes and sat in his arms. "Don't move. That's not what I can control," Lin Mu An said innocently. "Qianqian, I still want you. I want to feel it for real. We're really together, and the whole world knows about it." Lu Qianqian couldn't do anything to him, so she said, "Then wait a moment. Seize the time to feel it. You're going to be a police officer in the future. It's not good to be a hooligan." "You're wrong. I'm just doing this to you." The next day, in Zhongting's office, when Sheng Xiao remembered that Mu Qiqi was going to Y City, he quickly contacted Secretary He and agreed to go to Y City to meet a very important person. Then he arranged for Su Che to go to Y City first. He had to arrange the hotel and other matters properly. He just had to wait for his little one to go there, and then he could give her a surprise. Mu Qiqi replied to her tutor in the university that she would attend the academic exchange. She wouldn't miss the opportunity, but Feng Shanshan winked at her. "Won't the crown prince be worried if you go to Y City?" "Why should I be? There are many elites attending the exchange this time, and some of them are from rich families. I'm planning to find one of them. Why would Sheng Xiao let you go with us? Just do your best." Mu Qiqi's expression was indifferent. "Now you know why I don't want to talk to you in the university, don't you? You're just so boring." Mu Qiqi shrugged to show that she didn't care. Still, she was a little reluctant to be apart from Sheng Xiao for 4 days. Although she had been laughing at Sheng Xiao's midlife crisis these days, could she be? With that thought, Mu Qiqi went straight to Zhongting after school. Since it was still early, and Sheng Xiao was busy with work, Mu Qiqi stayed in her office to read. "There's a limit to peeking at me." Mu Qiqi put down her book and couldn't help chuckling. "You can tell? Is it written on my face? It's because I'm going to Y City tomorrow morning, so I want to see you for a while." Mu Qiqi said helplessly, "If only you could change your size, I could just take you away. I wouldn't have to be afraid no matter where I go." Because of Mu Qiqi's sudden attack, Sheng Xiao gave the designer a break, afraid that she would find out that he was preparing a wedding ring. "You don't have to work so hard. It's just 4 days. I'll be back soon." "Easy for you to say." Mu Qiqi snorted. How could she sleep well without someone warming her bed, bathing her, drying her hair, or coaxing her to sleep? But Feng Shanshan said that there would be a lot of rich kids joining this time. "There are a lot of outstanding youths. You filthy thing. Do you need love?" After hearing this, Mu Qiqi immediately surrendered. I'll help Feng Shanshan find someone. You want to see other men? Chapter 507. Come to think of it, Sheng Xiao was an all-powerful figure in school back then. Even now, he was an outstanding alumnus of Shengting University, and Mu Qiqi could still occasionally see her man's handsome face on the school's bulletin board. At that time, her heart would be filled with pride. While Mu Qiqi was in a daze, Sheng Xiao suddenly asked, "Is your team staying at Ruisin Hotel?" Mu Qiqi nodded. "You even know that?" Sheng Xiao did not say anything else. He continued working until the last meeting was over. Mu Qiqi did not think much about it. It was normal for Sheng Xiao to know her movements. She did not feel that she was being controlled at all. Sometimes it was just for safety. So, she did not understand why people who loved each other would yearn for the so-called freedom when they were loved and pampered. It was clearly because they did not love each other enough. Qianqian is going to announce her appointment tomorrow. You should help to keep an eye on her. There is someone in charge, Sheng Xiao replied. Moreover, Lin Muan is here now. There will not be any big trouble. That's true. Having said that, Mu Qiqi walked to Sheng Xiao's desk. Then, she propped her head on her hand and stared at her man very close to her. Then, do you think third brother and third sister-in-law are sleeping together now? After hearing this, Sheng Xiao could not help but grab Mu Qiqi's arm and pull her away from the office chair. Then, they took the elevator to the parking lot. Su Che was waiting downstairs. After getting into the car, Sheng Xiao said in a low voice, "Raise the partition." Mu Qiqi was stunned. "I see that you are very free. You want to pay attention to everyone's sexual affairs. Did I not feed you enough? I don't have other friends. These are the only ones I can tell you." Mu Qiqi quickly explained. She saw Sheng Xiao unbuttoning his shirt. "Although I like your body very much, Su Che is in front. You should be careful." Sheng Xiao put his arm around her neck and pressed her into his arms. He whispered into her ear, "I will let you go for now. Otherwise, others will hear your beautiful moans." This man always used these tricks to deal with her. He would go into heat 100 times a day. However, Mu Qiqi was not tired of it when her physical strength allowed it. That evening, Sheng Kai returned home, but Gu Xiling was completely unwilling to look him in the eye. Moreover, he and third brother had been having a dispute over the company's decisions recently, so the whole family ate quietly and had no intention of talking at all. Gu Xiling was the first to finish eating. She got up from Sheng Kai's side and said to Grandpa Sheng, "Grandpa, I'm going back to see my father tonight." "Go," the old man said coldly. Gu Xiling was clearly trying to avoid Sheng Kai, and anyone with eyes could see it. "I'll go with you," Sheng Kai suggested. "I haven't seen father-in-law for a long time." "I don't want to be with you," Gu Xiling said directly. "CEO Sheng, you're very busy every day. I don't want to waste your time. You can go back to the company to work overtime. Anyway, there's a secretary to take care of you, so you don't have to suffer in front of me." After that, Gu Xiling went back to her room and packed some clothes, planning to go back to her parents' house for a short stay. No matter how cheap Gu Xiling was, she would never stoop to that level. Sheng Kai did not chase after her, because he was hurt by Gu Xiling's sarcastic words. Although he did let Gu Xiling down yesterday, didn't Gu Xiling let him down on a spiritual level as well? Why did it have to end up like this? Grandpa Sheng questioned Sheng Kai at the dining table. "I'm already punishing Xiling even if she said something wrong. As a husband, how could you hang out with your secretary during this time? Do you still want this family? She only has eighth brother in her heart. Don't you know who she has in her heart? If she only has eighth brother in her heart, she wouldn't have bothered to help you over the last 6 months. Especially after the incident with Zhongting was exposed, she would have gone to eighth brother. Is your pride worth that much? Don't blame me for not reminding you. I don't need someone with a disharmonious family to be the heir of Huang Yao." With that, Grandpa Sheng rose from the dining table and left the dining room. Sheng Kai said nothing. He looked at third brother and his wife for a while. "You should be glad that I've become like this, right?" Third brother raised his head and stared at Sheng Kai. "Aren't you childish? Did I cause you to become like this?" "Of course it's not you. It's eighth brother who colluded with you. After hearing this, Sheng Bowen felt that he had eaten enough. He put down his bowl and chopsticks. Second brother, it's not that I want to hurt you, but you really don't have the right to let eighth brother deal with you. After that, third brother turned to look at Hu Ran and asked, Are you done eating? Yes, let's go back to our room. Hu Ran nodded and got up from the dining table with Sheng Bowen. Sheng Kai sneered and flipped the dining table. Since the whole family did not want to see him, it would be fine if he went back to the company, right? Did they say that he didn't even have the right to be in Sheng Zhao's heart? Was that so? Gu Xiling drove back to Gu Mansion in the middle of the night. Then she saw her father going crazy. Mama Gu and a group of doctors tried to hold him down and inject him with a tranquilizer. But such a scene made Gu Xiling's hair stand on end. Mom, is Dad's condition still not getting better? I've tried all kinds of methods, but he just doesn't want to take the medicine. If he doesn't take the medicine, he can't calm down, Mama Gu replied. Why did you come back? You have to stay in the Sheng family with the current situation. Mom, I'll go back tomorrow. I'll accompany you tonight. Because whenever Gu Xiling thought of Sheng Kai and the secretary together, she felt nauseous. She was the young lady of the Gu family. When had she ever suffered such humiliation and pain? Then go back to your room and sleep. I'm afraid you'll be afraid if you stay here. Afraid of what? Mom, I'll definitely protect the Gu family. After that, Gu Xiling walked to the doctor and took the initiative to say, I'll hold Dad down. You guys do the injection. Miss, can you do it? The butler was very worried. What if old master hurts you? I'm not afraid. What was there for her to be afraid of now? At that moment, Gu Xiling thought it through very clearly. Since Sheng Kai had let her down, there was no need for her to be virtuous. He could look for his secretary, and she could look for her lover. She, Gu Xiling, would definitely not be taken advantage of. As for the Sheng family, she naturally had to stay. She had bet her whole life on her marriage. If she lost her man, would she lose her wealth as well? Moreover, third brother and his wife were eyeing them covetously. Perhaps one day, they would threaten Sheng Kai's position. What sincerity? Just feed it to the dogs. Since she was born into a rich family, she would fight to the end. The Sheng family would wait and see. Chapter 508. The next morning, Mu Qiqi came out of the bedroom with her luggage. Sheng Xiao followed her and sent her to the school assembly point. The strange thing was that the man did not respond to her reluctance to leave. 2 days ago, he was in a hurry to get married. But today, he did not even give her a hug. Mu Qiqi suddenly felt that the man must have done it on purpose. He deliberately made her worry. Feng Shanshan saw Mu Qiqi was in low spirits, so she sneered. Do you have to be like this? We have only been apart for a few minutes. Feng Shanshan did not understand, and Mu Qiqi did not want to explain. Sometimes, she did not understand why these academic exchanges could not be held in Jianshuan. Did they have to go so far away from Y City? Since we are out, there will be a party tonight. Mu Qiqi was speechless. Could she say that she did not want to attend? Everyone, be more enthusiastic tonight, and show the vitality of a university student. No one is allowed to leave. After they got into the car, the tutor said to the students who were participating in the exchange meeting, especially you, Qiqi, you've always been reluctant to participate in school activities. We all know that you're a special case, but you have to actively integrate into school life. Got it. Mu Qiqi was helpless. Any activity except for work would be boring if she was not with Sheng Xiao. She felt weak at the thought of leaving him for so many days. On the other side, Su Che had already prepared the documents. President, we can go now. Sheng Xiao put on his camel windbreaker and went to the parking lot of Zhongting. After a while, he also set off for Y City. It was quite interesting when he thought of the little one's expression when she left in the morning. At the same time, Lu Holdings was very lively today. It was an important occasion for Lu Qianqian, the eldest daughter of the Lu family, to announce her inauguration. The uncles of Lu Holdings expressed their strong dissatisfaction with Lu Qianqian, but they could not stop Lu Qianqian from taking the position. Because not only the people from Zhongting were present today, even Lin Mu, and was beside Lu Qianqian. He was on leave because of his injury, so he could attend Lu Qianqian's inauguration. The youngest uncle of the Lu family did not know how Lin Mu and dealt with the Lin family, and made him lose the opportunity to form an alliance with Grandpa Lin. In this way, he could not stop Lu Qianqian from becoming the chairman of Lu Holdings, even if he did everything he could. This grand inauguration conference was held in a hotel owned by Lu Enterprises. At this time, Lu Qianqian was already wearing a black professional suit, looking energetic and experienced. In order not to let the inauguration ceremony be affected, Lin Mu not only asked the female bodyguard to follow Lu Qianqian closely, but also arranged for a few people to restrict the movements of the Lu family's uncles. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the inauguration conference officially began. Looking at this silly little girl standing there, I feel like it's a joke, but there are so many people supporting her. He's Chairman Lu's only descendant, so it's only natural for him to inherit the Lu family. It would be strange if the uncles of the Lu family didn't eat her up. Just wait and see. There were quite a number of people below the stage who were not optimistic about Lu Qianqian. After all, she was just 20 years old and lacked experience. However, Lu Qianqian walked up to the stage and faced the applause. She stood on the MC's podium and faced the hundreds of shareholders and employees of Lu Holdings. She looked very calm. I know that until now, there are still many people who don't think highly of me and think that there is no hope for Lu Enterprises. They even think that I'm overestimating myself. How can a silly little girl shoulder the responsibility of a company and support such a big company? But I feel that I'm the only descendant of my father. If I'm not qualified to stand here, then who is? Who hasn't been young before? If you don't even give me a chance and think that I can't do it, I think that's pure prejudice. Today, I announce that I'm the new chairman of Lu Holdings. I need your help. I will continue to expand the territory on the basis of the original subsidiaries of Lu Holdings and continue to build the Lu Holdings kingdom. And the first thing I do today is to continue to deepen the employee welfare system and create a more comfortable working environment for the employees. The second thing is because of the big projects left by my father, I will hold a meeting with the shareholders in the next 2 days to discuss the results and continue to start. The third thing is to get rid of the parasites who are in their positions, but don't seek for their jobs. I have a list in my hand, and I will find time to talk to each of you. At the same time, I will give each department a week. If the situation of each department improves, then Lu Holdings will let bygones be bygones and hope to create a better future with all the employees. In private, we are a family, and everyone can be more casual. But in the company, I am the chairman. No matter how old I am, I will be in this position. I hope to get the respect I deserve. They could not tell that this little girl had some tricks up her sleeve. The shareholders below the stage all showed a thoughtful look. She increased the employee welfare and stabilized the morale of the staff as soon as she came up. However, she also announced that she was going to reorganize the company and gave a warning to those who wanted to fish in troubled waters. It was also a show of strength. She had used both kindness and power, and it could be considered as a beautiful move. At least, this little girl was much better than what they had imagined. She didn't stutter, be nervous, or say random things without any topic at all. It seemed that the future of Lu Holdings was also full of infinite possibilities. Soon the audience burst into applause. Mama Lu and Lin Mu were the most gratified. However, at this moment, the door of the venue was violently pushed open. A tall and thin man with glasses walked in. Since today is the inauguration conference of the new chairman of Lu Enterprises, can the new chairman also give me an explanation on the spot? You are? I am the person in charge of Qihing Electronics. I want to cancel the cooperation with you, but your board of directors has been delaying the time. When your chairman was alive, I trusted him a lot. But now that he is gone, I think there is no need for us to cooperate. After all, you are a little girl, and it is beyond the risk assessment of our company. I am sorry. I am not deliberately looking for trouble with you on this day. It is just that we have communicated with Lu Holdings several times, But we have not come to an agreement. So I have no choice but to come here. If this was not looking for trouble, what was it? If Lu Qianqian did not handle this matter well today, she was afraid that what she said just now would become a joke. Everyone looked at Lu Qianqian nervously, but Lu Qianqian looked very calm. Other than me, is there any other reason why you want to terminate the cooperation? Chapter 509. Then I think your company is really capricious. You want to cancel the cooperation, just because I took office. Are you targeting me? Lu Qianqian refuted him directly. I have seen the case of the cooperation between Lu Holdings and you. The contract has been signed. Aren't you going against the spirit of the contract, if you go back on your word, just because I took office? Of course, Lu Holdings will not agree to such an unreasonable request. Do you think that I am inferior to others just because I took office? Lu Qianqian questioned him bluntly. The other party was stunned. Everyone present was stunned too. A 20-year-old girl could say such words with a clear mind. Could you still say that she was not capable? This is not called canceling the cooperation. To use a more professional term, this is called terminating the agreement. The contract states that if one party wants to terminate the contract for subjective reasons, he must pay the other party 15% of the liquidated damages according to the contract. As long as your company is prepared for the liquidated damages, there is no reason for Lu Holdings not to agree. After all, you are not the only electronics company in the country. It is not that we have no choice. After saying this, Lu Qianqian called the security guards. This is an internal meeting of Lu Holdings. Other than the invited people, not everyone can appear on such an occasion. I hope you will pay attention to the quality of your service. The expression of the person in charge of the security work changed when he heard Lu Qianqian's words. He quickly arranged for the security guards to ask the man to leave. After this battle, all the employees of Lu Holdings could see that this 20-year-old girl was not a paper tiger that would be easily defeated with a poke. And the man just now was not so much looking for trouble. It was better to say that he was looking for humiliation. In fact, Lu Qianqian, Lin Muan, and Lin Mu and knew that such an occasion could not be entered easily. But they did not know that this time, it was her uncles who came up with the idea and helped her a lot. She was worried that she could not find a chance to establish her prestige in front of the employees of Lu Holdings. In this case, it couldn't be any better. Lin Muan sat below the stage and read Lu Qianqian's lips. He smiled and said, "Sister, you are so fierce." Lu Qianqian smiled too. Then, she continued to stand on the stage and carried out the press conference until the end. Seeing this, the uncles of Lu Corporation knew very well that it was too late. They could only hope for the future. However, when they realized that Lin Muan's seat was right in front of them, they looked at each other at the same time. Lu Qianqian was born in the Lin family. Although she was at loggerheads with the Lin family now, she was still the blood of the Lin family. Once Grandpa Lin could not do anything to Lin Mu, and Lu Qianqian would become the daughter-in-law of the Lin family. Second, this person had a close relationship with Sheng Xiao of Zhongting. Ever since Papa Lu passed away, he had been active around her as Lu Qianqian's boyfriend. Wasn't he the one who created all the bodyguards and security equipment? It meant that with Lin Muan around, it would not be easy to touch Lu Qianqian. Their faces did not look good, but Lu Qianqian did not mind. These people had ulterior motives, and were always thinking about carving up the Lu Corporation. She would always find a chance to make these uncles scram. Soon, Lu Qianqian left the stage and returned to Lin Muan's side. Lin Muan took the opportunity to hold her hand. His eyes were full of pride. From now on, I will be in charge of being as beautiful as a flower. You will be in charge of making money to support the family. Shameless, Lu Qianqian pinched the tender flesh of his hand. Did I do well just now? Don't you know how ugly your uncles' faces are? Lin Muan laughed. It will be a more dangerous path in the future. It will be full of difficulties and obstacles. You must hold my hand tightly. Don't lose it. I may not be able to give you a mountain of gold and silver, but I can give you the safety you want the most. That's enough. I can't exchange this sense of security for anything. Lin Muan was satisfied. He put Lu Qianqian's hand in his arms. Go back and rest early. I know you will have a series of meetings in the next 2 days. It was raining heavily in Y City. When Mu Qiqi and the others arrived at the hotel, it was already afternoon. But the sky was dark, as if it was evening. Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan stayed in the same room. The others stayed on different floors of the hotel, because they could not book the same room. This kind of weather is the most suitable for murderers. Feng Shanshan looked at the pouring rain outside and sighed. Are you still going to the social gathering in this kind of weather? The social gathering is not outdoors. What are you afraid of? Feng Shanshan raised her eyebrows. Are you that afraid of Sheng Xiao? He is not here. I am not afraid. Mu Qiqi was a little sad. You don't know how comfortable it is to sleep in a man's arms in this kind of weather. All right, clean up and go out for dinner. Lunch is provided by yourself. They changed their clothes in the room and went to the hotel's cafeteria. However, when the waiter saw her room number, he brought her and Feng Shanshan to a private room. I didn't expect this kind of treatment in school. Madam Sheng, please enjoy. Mu Qiqi was stunned when she heard the words Madam Sheng. The waiter clearly knew her identity. Could it be that the man arranged this? Feng Shanshan did not notice anything. How good was this treatment? But at that moment, a group of men walked past the door of the private room. They were all dressed in black. But she knew the man in the camel coat. Mu Qiqi got up and immediately chased after them. But she saw that the man went into the private room next door. But she also saw the man clearly. No wonder he looked indifferent when he went out in the morning. No wonder he was indifferent to her reluctance to leave. It turned out that he wanted to follow her. What a waste of her thinking and worrying about him. He was too much. Where did you go? Feng Shanshan asked curiously when she saw her go out halfway through her meal. I saw someone I know. You know someone in Y City too? Mu Qiqi cut the steak on her plate angrily. What about the room next door? Sheng Xiao was having a pleasant conversation with the person he wanted to meet. I have heard a lot about you, Chief Sheng. You live up to your reputation. The man said to Sheng Xiao politely. I called Zhongting 2 days ago. The secretary's office replied that someone would come to talk to us. I didn't expect Chief Sheng to come in person. I have some personal matters to deal with, so I came in person. Sheng Xiao's posture was casual, and his eyes were half closed. But this hotel is only a 4-star hotel. We have arranged a 5-star hotel for you. It will be more comfortable for you. Chapter 510. If that's the case, we shouldn't force you. What would happen to the little one if he went to stay in a 5-star hotel? Sheng Xiao did not say anything else. He just smiled and asked the waiter to send something to the little one in the next room. Feng Shanshan was stunned when she saw it. Room card? Don't you have it? You used to be very smart and always fight with me. Why are you so stupid all of a sudden? Mu Qiqi put away the room card and glared at Feng Shanshan. Feng Shanshan froze for a moment and looked surprised. No way. Mu Qiqi, I didn't know that you have the guts to look for another man behind the crown prince's back. Mu Qiqi rolled her eyes and told her. Why don't you go next door and take a look? Feng Shanshan went out of the private room suspiciously. Then she came back after a while. I finally know why we have a private room when the other students have a normal meal. So, I was the only one who slept that night? Feng Shanshan was in a good mood when she thought of that. But you have to come back tomorrow morning. I want to have a better meal. It's rare for me to come out. There are no dead bodies, no maggots, and no giants. I want to enjoy myself. But what about you tonight? Mu Qiqi shrugged. She still had to attend what she had to attend. She just had to stay far away and avoid contact with those men. Otherwise, if someone saw her, she could not guarantee what would happen to those who tried to hit on her. Feng Shanshan also raised an eyebrow. This was not something she should care about. After lunch, it was free time. In fact, it was already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Mu Qiqi only saw Sheng Xiao entering the private room. She did not know who he met or when he left. This man did not even greet her when he came out today. It was still raining in Y City in the afternoon. The group agreed to have a chat in the hotel. But Mu Qiqi heard a lot of gossip in just a short time. Did you see that super handsome man? I've never seen such a high-quality customer after working here for so long. Of course, I don't know if he's a celebrity. After he checked in, all the female staff in the hotel spread the news. They're all waiting for him to come out of his room, hoping to meet him by chance. Mu Chichi rolled her eyes, cursing inwardly. That stinky man really is a scourge. After dinner, Mu Chichi and Feng Shanshan received a notice to gather at the bar on the second floor of the hotel. This was a place provided by the hotel, so the environment was much safer than outside. People from other schools were also gathered there. It was a joint booking by several schools to let the students relax. Mu Chichi found a quiet corner and sat down. She wanted to pretend that she did not know those crazy classmates. Feng Shanshan, who was used to such an atmosphere, laughed at Mu Chichi as she sipped her champagne. You must be a good girl at home. You don't attend such occasions, do you? I don't really like it. The air is bad, but it's more interesting than those socialites, Mu Chichi replied. Since you are a student, the drinks provided tonight are almost non-alcoholic. You can drink them too. Mu Chichi shook her head, indicating that she did not want to drink. At that time, the people in the group had become familiar with the people from other schools. Some of the boys began to ask about Mu Chichi. It's the one in the corner, the one who doesn't fit in. She's quite pretty and has a good temperament. Who is she? When the boy from Shengting saw Mu Chichi, he immediately said, It's better if you don't have any ideas about her. If you want to live, she's the third generation of the Red Army. Her grandfather is the old chief of a military district. Her uncle is the mayor of Jianchuan. But the scariest thing is not her background, but her fiancé. Do you know him? Everyone in the country had heard of Sheng Zhao's reputation. But since they were in different cities, they had never seen him before. She's the rumored bride. The other party immediately reacted. That's right. Don't provoke her. All right. We know what to do. After asking about it, they went their separate ways, except for one person. Liang Mia's, what are you looking at? She's already taken. The man called Liang Mia's looked at Mu Chichi deeply. Then he turned around and went back to his classmates. After a while, there was a commotion in the bar. It was accompanied by screams. But most of the screams were from women. The students from Shengting knew him. After all, he was a famous alumnus. But the people from other schools could not stand it. He's the best. I'm a man. Even I think he's handsome. Although the people from Shengting were also attracted by Sheng Zhao's good looks, they knew his purpose of coming here. He must be chasing after someone. His upbringing was a little too strict. Although the counselor had asked Mu Chichi to join the social gathering, the counselor should have nothing to say since her family had come here. When the counselor saw Sheng Zhao, he stood up and shook hands with him. It's my honor to see you in such a place, Chief Sheng. I'm here to pick up her family. I have something to do. Don't worry. This bar is booked by the school. All the guests today are students. And we didn't provide them with hard liquor. Everyone is just having a gathering. The counselor quickly explained, so that Sheng Zhao would not misunderstand. Thank you. With that, Sheng Zhao looked at Mu Chichi. When she saw her man, Mu Chichi immediately felt that her savior had arrived. She quickly got up from her seat and walked to Sheng Zhao's side. Sheng Zhao put his arm around Mu Chichi's shoulder and left the bar with her. Other than the people from Shengting, all the men and women at the scene were stunned. These two people were actually a couple. It's my first time seeing such a handsome man. I thought I could create a romantic encounter with him. I knew it. It's impossible for such a handsome man to be single. The two had already left the social gathering, but the rumors about them were still echoing in the party. Sheng Zhao brought Mu Chichi back to the best suite in the hotel. But this little one seemed to be angry. She sat on the sofa with her back facing him. Why didn't you tell me? Tell you that there's such a surprise? Or do you want to get to know the men at the social gathering? Sheng Zhao sat beside her and turned her body around. You don't want me to show up? I didn't think so when you didn't show up. But when you walked out, I suddenly felt that the men outside were beyond recognition. They were so crippled. Chapter 511. A big collaboration? It's a mysterious family, Sheng Zhao explained. Aren't you going to attend the conference tomorrow morning? Take a shower and go to bed. Muchichi looked at the man taking off his shirt and smiled. You even know when I will attend the conference? I know more than you can imagine. That's true. But are you really going to let me sleep so early? Muchichi looked at the man's chest up and down. I know you're tired. I'll let you go. Then, Sheng Xiao patted Muchichi's butt. Go. How many days are you staying here? You seem to want me to leave. Sheng Xiao frowned dangerously. Muchichi ignored him and went into the bathroom. But when she reached the door, she hooked her finger at Sheng Xiao. Are you really not coming with me? This little one was too seductive. That night, it was raining in Jianchuan as well. It was assumed that Gu Xiling would not return to the Sheng family with the terrible weather, and would stay a few more days with the Gu family. But after dinner, Gu Xiling drove back to the Sheng family, although she still did not look at Sheng Kai in the eye. Is your father feeling better? Grandpa Sheng asked. Much better. He wants to go back to work. Gu Xiling smiled and answered Grandpa Sheng. That's good. I'll ask the butler to send some good herbs to your father later. I hope he can recover as soon as possible. Thank you, Grandpa. Then, Gu Xiling looked at Sheng Kai, who was sitting at the dining table. Aren't you going back to your room? Sheng Kai was stunned. He did not expect that Gu Xiling would take the initiative to talk to him. Then Grandpa, we'll go back to our room. Sheng Kai stood up and followed Gu Xiling back to his room. Third brother and Hu Ran looked at each other. They felt that the relationship between them was not that simple, because the secretary of Huang Yao had been fired. And according to the security guard who was guarding the door, he saw the secretary's clothes were disheveled when she left Huang Yao. That meant that there was something going on between Sheng Kai and the secretary. And how could a proud person like Gu Xiling tolerate being betrayed like this? There were some things that could only be done behind closed doors. Sure enough, once they were back in the room, Gu Xiling said to Sheng Kai, Later, I can cover for you when you leave. I can go to your secretary to comfort you. From now on, we are a loving couple outside this door. But when we return to this room, I hope you won't touch me again. When Sheng Kai heard that, he grabbed Gu Xiling. How clean do you think you are? For more than half a year, you slept beside me, but your heart was always thinking about eighth brother. You can't wait to be the wife of Zhongting's CEO, can you? I've told you before that I like strong men. Isn't it only natural that I would think about Sheng Xiao? Besides, we already have a contract between us. She hesitated for a moment but still nodded. Go ahead. Because she was too embarrassed to let Xing Bowen rest on the bed. In Gu Xiling's room, her mind was in a mess. Although she did not know if it was a good or bad thing to tell Grandpa Sheng about it now, Grandpa Sheng would not chase her out no matter what the result was. Because she knew that this was Sheng Kai's private matter. If she was angered and the matter was exposed, the whole Sheng family would be humiliated. In fact, apart from this reason, she had another plan. She wanted to let Grandpa Sheng decide how to deal with this matter. With someone supporting her, even if Sheng Kai caused trouble in the future, she would have a perfect excuse. Of course, she would never expect that Grandpa Sheng's way of dealing with this matter would be so unexpected. The next day at the Lu family, on the second day after Lu Qianqian took office, she went to Lu Holdings for a meeting as she promised. At that time, Mama Lu planned to visit Grandpa Sheng at the Lin family with a gift. Was he still going to be stubborn even at this point? Mama Lu sent a gift to Grandpa Sheng's ward, but Grandpa Sheng rejected it. Chapter 512. Mama Lu did not want to see her off. The two of them still had a long life ahead of them. Grandpa Lin would eventually see Qianqian's capability and character. When that time came, she was not afraid that he would deny it. After a stormy night, the sky in Y City began to clear up. Mu Qiqi's academic conference was held in a top university in Y City. Now, she was on the school bus again. She was going to attend the conference with her group. Sheng Zhao's appearance last night had shocked everyone. So when they saw Mu Qiqi today, they could not help but laugh at her. It's just a few days. Why are you bringing your family? He has something to do, Mu Qiqi quickly answered. It's just a coincidence. Soon the bus arrived at the university. Wuxia and her group got off the bus. At the same time, students from other universities arrived one after another. Feng Shanshan saw one of the boys. She leaned on Wuxia's arm and said, "You were not here last night. So, I heard some gossip. So that boy is the second son of a mysterious family in Y City. I heard that his elder brother spoils his younger brother very much. He is very scary. He would grant all his requests since he was young." Sheng Xiao told her last night that he was going to meet someone from a mysterious family. He hoped that it was not the same family. "So, are you interested?" "I'm interested. But I need him to like me." Feng Shanshan shook her head. "Moreover, once bitten, twice shy. I should find someone who is of a similar background. I don't want to repeat the same mistake." Wuxia did not say anything. She entered the famous university with her group. However, throughout the entire academic conference, Wuxia felt that someone was looking at her. It was a very uncomfortable feeling. Wuxia's feeling was right. There was a pair of eyes behind her. They were studying her all the time. They were curious about her. That person was Liang Mia's. He had always been in a state where he could get whatever he wanted. He was very curious about people and things that did not take the initiative to get close to him. Last night, when he saw Wuxia sitting in a corner and did not want to have any contact with the people around her, he became curious about her. Later, when he heard about her and Sheng Xiao, he became even more curious about her. He did not have any other thoughts. He simply had the urge to get close to her. "You've been sitting on pins and needles all morning. What's wrong?" Feng Shanshan could not help but ask when she saw Wuxia shifting in her chair. "I feel like someone's watching me." Feng Shanshan turned and glanced at everyone, and found that someone was staring straight at Wuxia's direction. Feng Shanshan was stunned for a moment. Then she replied, "You're right. I hate that kind of rude stare," Wuxia said. "He wouldn't go that far, would he? Everyone knows about you and Sheng Xiao. What else could he want?" Wuxia shook her head. "Pay attention." Feng Shanshan turned around and looked at Liang Muse again. She realized that he was still looking at Wuxia. He seemed to be thinking about something. Of course, his obvious action was noticed by the people around him. He had been staring at Wuxia all morning. That made Wuxia very uncomfortable. She did not want to have anything to do with the mysterious family. She also hated anything that could threaten her relationship with Sheng Xiao. After the meeting was over, Wuxia left immediately. Feng Shanshan did not even know when she left. She immediately called Sheng Xiao after she came out of the university. But Sheng Xiao was still in a meeting, so he asked Su Che to pick her up first. Feng Shanshan remembered Wuxia's restless look. She quickly went up to Liang Muse and asked, "Young Master Liang, you seem to like staring at my classmate." Liang Muse was tall and thin. He was very handsome. His looks were not top-notch, but he was above average. "I'm just curious about her." "If you are curious, please keep it in your heart. If you keep staring at her like that, people will think that you are a pervert," Feng Shanshan said, and turned to leave. Liang Muse frowned. Then he called his brother. "Didn't you say that we're going to eat together? You eat first. I'm in a meeting with a guest." "Brother, I'm a little curious about a girl." The other party was stunned when he heard that. "A girl? You like someone else?" "No. I just want to keep staring at her." "God bless you. You're not scaring her." The man on the other side of the phone sighed. "Go home. Don't go to this academic meeting for the time being." "Okay." Liang Muse agreed obediently. He did not mean it, but he could feel that Wuxia seemed to dislike him. Since his brother told him not to go to the academic meeting, he would go home. Liang Muse's brother hung up the phone and apologized to Sheng Xiao. "I have a troublesome brother. I'm sorry to let Chief Sheng laugh at me. Is your brother participating in the academic meeting too?" "I've asked him to go home. He's a little paranoid." Sheng Xiao did not say anything. The two of them continued reading their contracts and documents. Then they signed the contract. "I hope we can work well together in the future." Sheng Xiao got up from the sofa and shook hands with the other party. "It's my honor to work with Boya. You're too polite, Chief Sheng. I heard that your fiancé is also participating in the academic meeting. I hope we can have a meal together when we have time. Let us be the host." "Sure." In just one morning, Sheng Xiao had completed 3 days' worth of work for the deputy CEO. But the little one would have to stay here for 4 days. If he knew this, he would have taken his time. Soon Sheng Xiao returned to the hotel. But when he saw the little one in the room, he heard her complaining. "There's a pervert staring at me for the whole morning. I can't stand it." Suddenly, the conversation between the Liang family and his brother flashed in Sheng Xiao's mind. "The Liang family? How did you know?" Mu Qiqi was shocked. "How did you find out about this?" "No. I had a meeting with his brother in the morning. I heard them talking on the phone." Sheng Xiao grabbed the little one and put her on his lap. "Why are you so uneasy? I think I'm suffering from a disease. I'm afraid that you'll get angry when people provoke me. You care too much about my feelings." Sheng Xiao could not help but pinch her nose. "Other women are busy with their vanity. You really don't play by the rules. You're so careful. I haven't even felt the danger, but you're already worried for me." Mu Qiqi was quiet for a moment. She did not say anything, but what she said next shocked Sheng Xiao. Chapter 513. Sheng Xiao looked at Mu Qiqi for a while. Then he nudged her head. "How do you know that people like you when they stare at you? Didn't I learn to be narcissistic from you?" Mu Qiqi suddenly laughed. "I will send you to school in the afternoon." Mu Qiqi nodded. Although she did not know what Sheng Xiao was planning, she did not care about it since she had handed it over to him. After dinner, Sheng Xiao personally sent Mu Qiqi to school at 2:30 in the afternoon. But to Mu Qiqi's surprise, the second young master of the Liang family was absent. Then, Sheng Xiao received a call from the Liang family. "Chief Sheng, if you haven't left Y City, can we have a gathering in the afternoon?" Sheng Xiao glanced at his watch and asked in return, "Where?" If it was for business in the morning, it should be for personal matters in the afternoon. Although he did not think that anyone would be interested in Xiao Qi, he still wanted to know what the other party was thinking. Mu Qiqi did not know what Sheng Xiao did, or when he left. She only knew that without the man surnamed Liang, she was much more at ease in the afternoon. Feng Shanshan took the opportunity to go out and answer a call. When she returned to the classroom, she said to Mu Qiqi, "There is a big case in Jianchuan. The professor asked when we will go back and help him. Aren't there many forensic doctors around? This case is not a small matter. We might need your help. But we have no choice. We can't leave halfway." Mu Qiqi was deep in thought. Then, she continued to focus on the academic conference. On the other hand, Sheng Xiao arrived at the place that the Liang family had arranged. It was a famous Sky Garden hotel in Y City. "I'm sorry to make you come here again, Chief Sheng. You know that the girl your brother has been staring at is my fiancée, right?" Sheng Xiao sat down in front of Liang Mai and answered directly. "Since you want to meet me, do you want to tell me something?" "My brother doesn't mean any harm. He knows that he has crossed the line. He has withdrawn from the academic conference in the afternoon," said Liang Mai as he made tea for Sheng Xiao. "I hope you don't mind. If you just want to explain, we can solve it over the phone. I want to invite President Sheng and your wife to visit the Liang family. My brother just wants to be friends with your wife, but he's not good with words and doesn't know how to express himself. I've spoiled him." Liang Mai explained. "The situation of the Liang family is very complicated. Chief Sheng, you know that for the past 100 years, we have rarely announced it to the outside world. That's why we are called a mysterious family. My brother is an eccentric. He rarely has anything that he likes. But as long as it's something he likes, I will try my best to get it for him." "So the next thing your brother wants is?" Sheng Xiao's tone was cold and dangerous. "No, CEO Sheng, you've really misunderstood. He wants to acknowledge your wife as his godsister. To be honest, there are no women in the Liang family. Whether it's our mother or our sisters, they all died young. Perhaps it's because of this that when he saw your wife, he felt that she was very compatible." Sheng Xiao did not want to understand. He could not understand what the Liang brothers were doing. Although they were in a cooperative relationship, he did not want to get involved in any personal matters, especially when it involved his little one. Liang Mai might have noticed Sheng Xiao's indifference, so he quickly explained, "It's okay. I know my request is very presumptuous, and difficult to accept. Maybe in the future. If we are fated to meet again, we will talk again. Also, if your family has any illness that is difficult to cure, you can call me. We have a good doctor in the Liang family. The Liang brothers were very strange. Perhaps there were many secrets hidden in the mysterious family. But Sheng Xiao was not interested in them. Thank you in advance. If there's a chance, I must see the medical skills of the Liang family. Sheng Xiao did not reject Liang Mai. He answered politely and gave him a way out. After all, there was indeed a shortage of doctors in his network of connections. I'm really sorry for scaring your wife. Then, I hope you can control your brother well, Chief Liang. At night in the hotel room, Sheng Xiao told Mu Qiqi the news. Mu Qiqi thought that the Liang family was really strange. Did they want to take someone as their sister, just because they caught them? In that case, second young master Liang must have many god-sisters. I will go back to Jianchuan tomorrow. Be careful in the next few days. Actually, I want to go back too. The professor called me and said that there is a big case and he needs help now. Don't forget your identity, Sheng Xiao reminded the little one. She was only a sophomore. There will be many big cases in the future. You should enjoy the campus life now. Got it. Mu Qiqi hugged Sheng Xiao and bumped her head against him. I will be serious in the exchange meeting. I won't cause trouble for you. If you see second young master Liang again, try to avoid him. No matter what the brother's purpose is, Zhongting will handle it. It's not something you should ask. Mu Qiqi nodded firmly. Not only Mu Qiqi, but Sheng Xiao also asked Su Che to stay, because he would not believe a word of what Liang Mai said. At the same time, Liang Mai was scolding his brother. You can fall in love with anyone, but Sheng Xiao's fiancé. If it was someone else, I could think of a way for you. But Sheng Xiao's woman is not someone you can take away so easily. So, you told them that I want her to be my god-sister. Liang Miaz looked at his brother and laughed. That will give you a way out. Actually, I just like to observe her. No matter what she does for me, it's fine. Liang Mai looked at his brother and could not bear to see him like this. Miaz, when you see her, do you think of your mother? Mother used to be a woman who didn't like to be surrounded by people. She was always quiet and would sit in a corner alone. Brother, is there really no way? Liang Mai shook his head. Are they married? Not really, but they are engaged and have been living together for a long time. If you are just curious, you should bear with it. After hearing his brother's words, Liang Miaz was silent. Even Liang Mai did not know what his brother was thinking. He was always troubled. If Liang Miaz was interested in something, everything would be easy. But he was afraid that he was interested in someone else's wife, a married woman. Chapter 514. In the next 2 days, Liang Miaz did not show up at school. Mu Qiqi could finally heave a sigh of relief. She was not afraid of anything else. She was just afraid of trouble. The two brothers of the Liang family did not look like normal people, no matter how she looked at them. No wonder they were called the mysterious family. It would be best if she did not have to see them. We were supposed to return tomorrow, but the professor asked us to go back to Jianchuan first. Let's say goodbye to the team first, Feng Shanshan said to Mu Qiqi. Feng Shanshan said to Mu Qiqi. She could tell that Mu Qiqi did not like interacting with the people in the group. You don't like any rich husband? Let's go. It's more important to go back and investigate the case. Mu Qiqi nodded. Then, she packed her luggage with Feng Shanshan. Someone in the same team could not help but say sarcastically. In the end, she is the one that the professor likes. She is different from us ordinary students. Didn't Feng Shanshan hate Mu Qiqi before? Now you know how to suck up to her? Before Mu Qiqi got into the car, she heard this and said to the person, which eye of yours saw her suck up to me? We are still enemies. Mrs. CEO is so great. You are so loyal to the crown prince. Don't seduce the second young master of the Liang family. The incident where Liang Miaz stared at Mu Qiqi for the whole morning had certainly spread like wildfire. Hearing this, Mu Qiqi did not say anything. She suddenly felt that it was unnecessary. This kind of thing would only make things worse. Moreover, who were these people to her? Why should she rush to explain? The car is here. Let's go. The professor is very anxious. They are not busy, but we are, Feng Shanshan said to Muqiqi. You're right. Then, Muqiqi and Feng Shanshan got into the car. After closing the door, Muqiqi realized that the person who came to pick her up was Su Che. When did you come? Madam, I haven't left yet, Su Che replied. The CEO asked me to pay attention to your safety at all times. Actually, he was afraid that the Liang brothers would come to harass him. What case is it this time? Why is the professor so anxious? A female corpse was fished out of a dry well on the outskirts of the city. There was a 10-month-old baby lying beside her. It was a mother and son. The professor found that the cause of death of the mother and son was controversial, so he requested an autopsy. However, the awkward part was that this woman was the daughter-in-law of a wealthy family in Jianchuan. But 2 years ago, she ran away from home, and her whereabouts were unknown. The wealthy family felt that there was no need to waste their energy on such a woman, so they did not agree to the autopsy and wanted to close the case as an accident. Feng Shanshan briefly explained what had happened. Tell me first, which rich family is it? To be related to the Gu family, I really want to say that enemies are bound to meet on a narrow road. According to seniority, that person is Gu Xiling's uncle, so the professor wants to see if you can help. According to the law, if a criminal investigator has an objection to the cause of death of the deceased, then he doesn't need the consent of the family. Rich families can just exert pressure on them. A small criminal investigation team can't do anything. Who asked the rich to do whatever they want? Feng Shanshan raised an eyebrow. Muqiqi rolled her eyes. She too felt that it was a hot potato, and she did not want to take it. Business is business. The higher-ups are scared. What position do I have to convince that family? Muqiqi felt that she might not be able to help even if she wanted to. Let's go take a look at the corpse first. Muqiqi nodded and called Sheng Xiao, saying that she would go to the forensics lab first. Sheng Xiao had heard about it from Muqiqi 2 days ago, and did not say much about it. The matter of the Liang brothers should be over. In the evening, both of them entered the forensics lab, looking travel-worn. When they saw the professor leaning over the sink helplessly, they quickly went up to him and asked, Professor, how's the case? Go take a look for yourselves. The professor pointed at the corpse beside him. Muqiqi's courage had taken a qualitative leap after seeing the baby in the man's womb. She was starting to become numb to any scene she saw. Muqiqi's courage had increased by leaps and bounds. They changed their clothes and went to the corpse. It was a ghastly sight just to look at the corpse's surface. There are slashes all over the body. His eyes are gone, and his fingernails have been plucked, and there are rocks stuffed down there. Muqiqi told Feng Shanshan after examining the corpse. What's more frightening is that these injuries are not fatal. That's why the professor wants to do an autopsy. The baby was simply killed by a fall. But for such a young child to fall down a 10-meter dry well. Feng Shanshan did not continue, but Muqiqi could imagine the scene. Even so, the family still insists it was an accident. You know how much it would affect the rich families if the secret of a rich family is exposed. Muqiqi explained to Feng Shanshan. Some families can face the law head-on, but most rich people are confused about human life and the law, let alone have a sense of justice. Chichi, do you have a solution? The professor wanted to persuade the family to do an autopsy through Muqiqi. The victim has been missing for 2 years. Did the other party file for divorce? If it's a divorce case, the family's consent would not be needed, and things would be much easier. Professor, it's not that I don't want to help, but I have nothing to do with the Sheng family anymore. Moreover, I have a grudge with the Gu family. My help might not be as effective as the other police. The professor nodded. You're right. Then let the young masters check the relationship between the victim and her husband. Professor, what about the lover? So far, we haven't found any valuable clues at the woman's place. Muqiqi nodded and looked at the miserable mother and son. Such a way of death was most likely revenge. Moreover, when the police went to the family for questioning, they did not cooperate. They were afraid of getting into trouble and wanted to protect themselves. The woman who had been missing for 2 years suddenly died tragically. It must be bad luck for the family. There was no telling how dirty Gu Xiling would feel when she heard the news. Mu Qiqi only returned home at 10 at night. There were still some thoughts in her mind when she saw her man. Xiao Xiao, the case this time is related to the Gu family. Should I congratulate you? Sheng Xiao smiled, stroking her head. When I was on my way back, I thought about it. I can't help much this time, because we are like fire and water with the Gu family. But when I saw the mother and son die tragically, and I couldn't find the murderer, I felt that I shouldn't. Chapter 5:15. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi with one hand and drank his tea. His posture was very elegant. It's not difficult. If the family doesn't cooperate, you can publicize the murder case and let the family be under the public's supervision. But the murderer will be alert if the case is publicized. Public opinion is a double-edged sword. It depends on how you use it. At least, it was more reliable than asking her to persuade the Gu family. Mu Qiqi thought that she could mention it to the professor tomorrow. What bad luck did the Gu family have? Papa Gu's condition should not be good now. And now something like this happened. Mu Qiqi was a medical student. She naturally knew that when a person had schizophrenia, it was almost impossible to be cured in this life. He had to take medicine to control it for the rest of his life. And it could relapse at any time. Although Gu Xiling did not dare to say anything, and even pushed Papa Gu to the public, one day, this mother and daughter would suffer the consequences of their own actions. No matter what bad luck they have, it has nothing to do with you. Go and take a bath. You stink. Mu Qiqi nodded and left Sheng Xiao's arms. Speaking of which, this man really did not mind the smell on her body. Sometimes, even she hated it. But this man kissed and hugged her whenever he wanted. Now it was up to the police to find out if the deceased was related to the Gu family. It was impossible that Gu Xiling did not know what happened in the family. But she was in the Sheng family. Of course, she had to pretend to be calm. If such a scandal was exposed, the Gu family would definitely become a laughingstock to the public. She did not know how unlucky her uncle was to have such a frivolous woman and die outside. More importantly, Mama Gu called her during the day and told her that Mu Qiqi was the assistant of the forensic doctor in the forensics laboratory. The Gu family tried everything to suppress the news. But with Mu Qiqi around, the Gu family might not be able to hide anything. How did that bitch have the energy to meddle in other people's business? To get the support of the Sheng family, Gu Xiling told Grandpa Sheng about the incident at the dining table the next morning. My uncle almost committed suicide because his wife ran away. Now that his life is getting better, the woman died outside. And the forensic doctor is still chasing after my uncle. Second sister-in-law, it's a matter of life and death. The job of a forensic doctor is to question the cause of death of the deceased and distinguish between suicide and homicide. Your uncle has a close relationship with the deceased, so of course the police will keep pestering him. The Gu family should cooperate with the investigation to keep up with the development of the situation. Right? Hu Ran sneered and caught the sarcasm in Gu Xiling's words. If it wasn't your Hu clan that encountered such a thing, of course you wouldn't be worried. I was a fool for 2 years, but didn't my father also get the respect of others? Hu Ran asked Gu Xiling in return. Moreover, with the series of actions of the Gu family, such as suppression, lying and non-cooperation, if the matter is really exposed, what can the Gu family say? It's not really the Gu family. It's still your maiden family. It's not our place to make a decision on the Gu family's matters. Grandpa Sheng did not want to hear them quarrel. But the most hateful thing is that Mu Qiqi is also involved in it. She is now working in this forensics laboratory. This was the reason why Gu Xiling told him about it. Because Mu Qiqi was involved in it. Then the Gu family should be more careful. Hu Ran reminded Gu Xiling out of kindness. Gu Xiling spent the whole morning talking to win the support of the Gu family. But she did not realize that no one in the family cared about her at all. After breakfast, Grandpa Sheng said to her, no matter what, if the Gu family needs help, you can look for second brother. How could she look for Sheng Kai? Grandpa Sheng was obviously evading it on purpose. Grandpa, don't you think that Mu Qiqi will use this matter to make a fuss and drag the Sheng family down? This matter has nothing to do with us. Don't force the hatred here. Grandpa Sheng was still clear-headed. After a night of investigation, the police found out that Gu Ziling's uncle had filed for divorce not long ago, and the court had already issued the judgment. So, this matter was not really related to Gu Ziling's uncle. At least, the forensic doctor did not need to care about the Gu family's opinion when he wanted to perform an autopsy. Other than the divorce agreement, we also found out something else. The deceased's ex-husband is a scumbag. He is a playboy who often appears in rich families. He is a spendthrift. Because he is in debt and could not get the support of his family, he pushed his pregnant wife out to pay off the debt. The deceased had a miscarriage because of this. She cried all day at home. But this scumbag could not stay still and started to look for mistresses. So he forced his wife out. This kind of scumbag, what a waste of air when alive, and a waste of land when dead. Since it has nothing to do with the Gu family, what about the deceased's relatives? The professor asked the investigator. She had a mother who was also from a scholarly family, but after the deceased ran away from home, she was often bullied by the Gu family. In the end, she died of depression. In other words, we can arrange for an autopsy. The professor grasped the most crucial point. He said to Mu Qiqi and Shan Shanshan, "Go and prepare now." But the higher-ups have not approved it yet. We are following the rules. Don't be afraid of anyone. Having said that, the professor followed Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan into the forensics lab. With one cut, the organs on the deceased's body revealed all the secrets. Chapter 5:16. The Gu family did not get the news about the autopsy immediately. Instead, the police made some progress. After their investigation, they found out that Gu Ziling's uncle had met the victim recently. With this development, the police immediately summoned Gu Ziling's uncle for questioning. However, this man was like a rogue. He did not listen to the police at all. Not only that, the Gu family also refused all interviews. This family is so troublesome, the professor said impatiently. Now that this scumbag is a suspect, how can he be so arrogant? Feng Shanshan was also puzzled. Even if he is a suspect, the police cannot force him to cooperate. After all, he has his own legal rights, Mu Qiqi explained. But since this family is so contemptuous of human lives, I think we can also use some tricks. Recently, the Gu family is in a precarious situation. If they don't cooperate with the police investigation, then this matter can only be made public. The Gu family is very prideful, so they will definitely agree. Are you sure this will work? Definitely. But we can't threaten them so directly. We have to show that the police are helpless. Feng Shanshan nodded and looked at the professor. What do you think? I will try with the captain. Then, the professor got up and went to the police officer's office. After a while he came back. They have already done it. This method was definitely feasible. After all, the Gu family had to care about their reputation. For the sake of the big picture, Mama Gu had to hand over her brother. After all, she could not drag the whole family down because of her troublemaking brother. But she could not ignore her brother. So, she called Gu Ziling and asked her to handle the matter of her uncle. When Gu Ziling heard that her uncle was arrested, she asked Grandpa Gu to go to the police station to get him back. Although Grandpa Gu did not want to get involved in the Gu family's affairs, he did not stop Gu Ziling. After all, he was her uncle. Gu Ziling did not go alone. She found a bodyguard. The three of them went to the police station together. At this time, the police were interrogating her uncle. Qiqi, the Gu family is here. Can you help them? A senior from the police station came to the forensics laboratory and asked Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi nodded and took off her white gloves. I'll be right there. I'll go too. Feng Shanshan wanted to see the duel between Gu Ziling and Mu Qiqi at the charity banquet. She had been humiliated several times in front of Gu Ziling. Now that Mu Qiqi had accepted the challenge, Gu Ziling should not be able to humiliate her, right? With that, the two of them walked to the entrance of the police station. Gu Ziling wanted to slap Mu Qiqi when she saw her. But, the policeman beside her grabbed her wrist. This is the police station. You're hitting people here. Do you want to go to jail? Gu Ziling's eyes were red. She looked at Muqiqi. Was it your idea for the police to come and demand for him like this? It's only right for the police to investigate a case. Your uncle is now a suspect and has been summoned by the police. It's the most basic obligation to cooperate with the police. What are you unhappy about? Muqiqi raised her arms and asked Gu Ziling. What does that woman's death have to do with my uncle? That woman used to be your aunt. Don't you know what kind of person your uncle is? Squandering, gambling addicted, heartless and unscrupulous. You once called this woman aunt. She's dead now, and her bones haven't even turned cold. Aren't you afraid that she'll hear you and come looking for you at night? Gu Ziling was stunned. Let my uncle out. The police did not arrest your uncle. They just want him to cooperate with the investigation. Muqiqi emphasized. Don't come here as a rich man. I have more money than you. You want to break into the police station with 2 bodyguards? The last time I saw you, I thought that you were not only vicious but also brainless. You really did not disappoint me. You want to see your uncle? Wait outside. He can leave when the investigation is over. Then, Muqiqi pointed at the chair at the door. Then, I can let you sit. Muqiqi, you're using your power to take revenge. First of all, I'm just a forensic assistant. It's not my job to summon or interrogate. Besides, your uncle has done many evil things. I didn't ask him to do it. You can't accuse me of using your power to take revenge, Muqiqi said calmly. Secondly, you don't have the right to be my enemy. Looking at Gu Ziling's face, Feng Shanshan felt very comfortable. She did not expect that Muqiqi, who was always reluctant to deal with others, was so eloquent. What was more unexpected was that Gu Ziling, who was arrogant every time they met, did not even have the ability to talk back in front of Muqiqi. Indeed, there was always a higher mountain. To prevent Gu Ziling from causing trouble in the police station again, Muqiqi sat in the hall of the police station. Gu Ziling had no choice but to wait on the chair outside. But she could not do nothing. So she called Sheng Kai. At this time, only this man could be relied on, even though he had betrayed her. Sheng Kai was also very surprised to receive a call from Gu Ziling at this time. Gu Ziling explained the ins and outs of the matter over the phone. She even gave in and asked for Sheng Kai's help. I'll bring the lawyer over now. Ask your uncle not to say anything before the lawyer arrives. But the interrogation has been going on for an hour, Gu Ziling said. Just wait. Having said that, Sheng Kai hung up and asked his new secretary to contact the lawyer. At this time, Muqiqi also asked Feng Shanshan to remind the police to hurry up. Otherwise, when the lawyer arrived, there would be nothing they could do. The interrogation is almost done, Feng Shanshan replied. Feng Shanshan answered Muqiqi. It's true that he's a scumbag through and through. Now we're making the final statement. Sheng Kai's reaction was very fast. It only took him half an hour to come from Huangyao. He brought his lawyer and secretary with him. It was a magnificent sight. When Gu Ziling saw Sheng Kai, no matter how many things he had done to her before, at least at this moment, he was willing to help. It meant that this man still had her in his heart. Kai, where's your uncle? He hasn't come out yet. Gu Ziling pointed at Muqiqi with her chin, hinting at Muqiqi's role here. Sheng Kai glanced at Gu Ziling, and then walked up to Muqiqi. Long time no see. It's been a long time, Muqiqi replied. It's a great honor for our police station to be here in person, President Sheng. We're all family. Why do you have to make things difficult for your second sister-in-law? Chapter 517. Sheng Kai was stunned. Then, he looked at Muqiqi with a complicated expression. But before Sheng Kai could say anything else, Gu Ziling's uncle walked out of the interrogation room with the police. Uncle, are you all right? The man shook his head, but he was still scolding. You don't want to arrest the real murderer. Instead, you arrest the good citizens for questioning. That's how you do things. Gu Ziling supported the man and did not say anything. But Sheng Kai stood up for his wife again. If you want to summon the Gu family in the future, contact my lawyer first. Muqiqi laughed after hearing that. Then she replied, Chief Sheng, I'm afraid you don't know the seriousness of this matter. The victim died a tragic death. The murderer is extremely evil. The Gu family must cooperate with the investigation. Otherwise, when the truth is revealed, all the big families will suffer. By then, no one will be able to save your reputation. You don't have to worry about that. I thought you could share some of the burden with your second sister-in-law. I didn't expect. Chief Sheng, there's no point in pretending. Then, Mu Qiqi turned around and went back to the forensics laboratory with Feng Shanshan. Kai, you've seen how arrogant Mu Qiqi is. Sheng Kai did not say anything else. He only said to Gu Xiling, "We'll talk when we get back." Mu Qiqi watched them leave. Then she asked the professor, "What's the result?" This scumbag denied everything. He did not admit that he saw the victim. Although the police have a witness, they can't do anything without any evidence, explained the professor. If he's covering it up like this, doesn't that prove that there's something wrong with him? He did not cooperate and brought a lot of trouble to the investigators. But it can't be helped. Without him, the police will still solve the case. Let's wait and see. If we can't get anything out of him today, it will be very difficult to summon him in the future. If the Sheng family gets involved, it will be even more difficult. If the Sheng family gets involved, it will be the same as bringing trouble to themselves. Sheng Kai can do that, but Grandpa Sheng will never make such a low-level mistake. So don't worry. Mu Qiqi crossed her arms and answered the professor confidently. She knew better than anyone else how much Grandpa Sheng valued profit. Qiqi, from the looks of it, you don't have the aura of a rich person at all. Just like the appearance of that woman just now, and then the appearance of that man later on, a lawyer, a secretary and a bodyguard. These are all standard equipment. I don't think you've ever put on such airs before. I am different. Rich people are all the same. But I have an interesting soul. This is the first time I've seen you and Gu Xiling at each other's throats. No, I should say that your strength is overwhelming. Gu Xiling couldn't even retort. Feng Shanshan expressed her admiration for Mu Qiqi. Of course, it was only for once. I Mu Qiqi. I is I. I, Yu Sheng. I Sheng Sheng Feng Sheng. Sheng Feng Feng. I He Kai Sheng Feng. Su Qiqi Gu. Gu Kai is. Feng. Sheng. Qi Sheng. Sheng Gu. Secondly, Gu Xiling wants her husband's help, but Grandpa Sheng will definitely let Sheng Kai stay out of it. Then the family will fight among themselves. Thirdly, Gu Xiling's tricks are a little low-level in my opinion. She is too arrogant and can't lower herself to act. Her level is not even as good as... Not as good as who? Mu Qiqi wanted to mention Mu Tongxue, but she felt that it was unnecessary to mention her. Anyway, things are not as complicated as you think. As long as you threaten the Gu family with what I said before, they will cooperate. The professor nodded. Only then did he acknowledge Mu Qiqi's identity as a rich person. Now you sound more like it. But it was a pity for the mother and son who died tragically. Although that scumbag of the Gu family is really a scumbag, my intuition tells me that it was not that man who did it. Feng Shanshan nodded. That man is hot-tempered. I believe he slashed people. But pulling out nails, stuffing stones under the body, or putting nails in the dead doesn't fit his character. But he must have some clues. Mu Qiqi thought about it. At night, Mu Qiqi dragged her tired body back home. She fell into Sheng Xiao's arms. Although Sheng Xiao smelled the scent on her body, he did not push her away. Is there any progress? Gu Xiling and the Crown Prince really came to the police station to make trouble. But they are not as good with words as I am. So they did not get anything. Don't worry. The Gu family is not in the mood to care about the uncle's business. After hearing this, Mu Qiqi looked up at Sheng Xiao. What happened? Today, Mama Gu brought her husband to Gu Corporation for a routine meeting as usual. However, during the meeting, the shareholders got into an argument and angered Gu Corporation's chairman. He immediately went crazy and injured someone. Now, everyone in Gu Corporation knows that Gu Corporation's chairman has lost his mind. After listening to Sheng Xiao's explanation, Mu Qiqi sneered. I had a feeling that something bad was going to happen to the mother and daughter. They are in the early stages of schizophrenia. It is very important to treat them in the hospital. They must take medication and take special care. But in order to stabilize Gu Corporation, the mother and daughter let the family doctor treat them. Of course, their condition is getting worse. Gu Corporation is going to be reshuffled. Mu Qiqi did not care about this. Although she and Gu Xiling did not like each other. If Gu Xiling was really in trouble, she would not hit her when she was down. After all, Gu Xiling's methods had never been used on her. I am going to take a bath. I am so smelly. Go ahead. Sheng Xiao said calmly. Hey, aren't you going to take a bath with me? I still have some documents to read. Sheng Xiao replied. Mu Qiqi nodded and got up from the sofa. Then she went back to her room. At this time, Sheng Xiao took out the ring sketches that the designer gave him. He carefully picked out the ring. He wanted to go abroad with Mu Qiqi for her birthday. But it was too late to get the wedding ring. Even so, he did not want to wear it casually. He wanted to give his little one a surprise. After that, Mu Qiqi lay in the bathtub and saw the news about Gu Corporation on her phone. Papa Gu was officially hospitalized after the media exposed him. Even if Mama Gu had 3 heads and 6 arms, she could not hide this matter anymore. Under such circumstances, how could Gu Xiling interfere with her uncle's business? She really did not believe it. Now Gu Xiling was probably explaining to Grandpa Sheng at Sheng Mansion. In fact, she was right. When Grandpa Sheng knew that Sheng Kai brought his lawyer to help Gu Xiling in the afternoon, he immediately called him to the study. Chapter 518. Grandpa Xiling is my wife after all. I can't just sit back and do nothing. She's the daughter-in-law of the Sheng family now. She shouldn't get involved with her maiden family. You've seen it for yourself. The Gu family is in turmoil this time. Everyone in Jianchuan knows that her father has gone mad. We don't know how the Gu family will be reshuffled next. Let's forget about what happened today. But don't do it again. Grandpa Sheng reminded Sheng Kai firmly. Sheng Kai knew that although Grandpa Sheng was ruthless, it was the most realistic situation now. If the Sheng family tried to help, Huang Yao would have to pay a heavy price. In the living room, Gu Xiling and Hu Ran had already started arguing. You are the same as Mu Qiqi. You want the Gu family to go bankrupt, don't you? You don't respect me at all. I don't want to argue with you. But let me tell you the truth, second sister-in-law. With the current situation of the Gu family, even the servants will not respect you, let alone me. Do you think Grandpa will help you? At this time, Sheng Bowen was not home yet. But because Hu Ran did not greet Gu Xiling when she came home, she vented her anger on Hu Ran. I am still your second sister-in-law and Sheng Kai's wife. I can't help it if you want to comfort yourself. Having said that, Hu Ran turned around and was about to go back to her room. But Sheng Kai walked out of Grandpa Sheng's room and said to Hu Ran, apologize to your second sister-in-law. Why? You are still adding insult to injury when the family is in trouble. Is that what you deserve? Sheng Kai made things difficult for Hu Ran to protect Gu Xiling's position in the Sheng family. Third sister-in-law, you'd better show some respect to Xiling in the future. No matter what, she is still my wife and your second sister-in-law. I won't apologize. Having said that, Hu Ran turned around and left. But Gu Xiling grabbed Hu Ran's arm and slapped her because she had Sheng Kai's support. Everyone in the living room, including Sheng Kai, was shocked when they heard the slap. I can't hit Mu Qiqi, but I can teach you a lesson. Hu Ran covered her face and was about to step forward when Sheng Bowen, who had just entered the house, stopped her. Xiao Ran. Hu Ran turned around and looked at Sheng Bowen in disbelief. She thought that Sheng Bowen was going to stop her. However, Sheng Bowen stepped forward and gave her 2 tight slaps on her cheeks before she could speak. This is the first time I hit a woman in my life. I dedicate it to you, second sister-in-law. Sheng Bowen said coldly. When I'm not around, you two joined forces to bully Xiao Ran, right? Do you think I'm dead? Gu Xiling's eyes were red. She wanted to retaliate, but old Sheng stopped her. Stop, all of you. What a scandal. The 4 of them did not speak again, and old Master Sheng ordered them. Aren't you going back to your rooms? Although Sheng Bowen had helped her vent her anger, Hu Ran still pointed at Gu Xiling and said, I want to see the Gu family go bankrupt. I want to see how you can still act so arrogantly when that time comes. Just wait and see. The two couples went back to their rooms, and the two women sat on the bed angrily. Sheng Bowen saw that Hu Ran's cheeks were a little swollen, so he quickly got an ice cube and passed it to Hu Ran. Stay 2 meters away from that woman from now on. Otherwise, she will hit you easily. Her father is crazy, and she might have the same genes. Don't hurt yourself just because you are angry. Thinking of the 2 slaps from third brother, Hu Ran was not that angry anymore. Is this your first time hitting a woman? Yes, said third brother. When I am mad, I don't care whether the other party is a man or a woman. I will hit her anyway. You are quite handsome. Hu Ran put her hand on her face and smiled again. Why did you come home so late today? Someone brought some people to the police station in the afternoon and left the mess to me. The meeting ended at 5 o'clock, explained Sheng Bowen. I saw you getting slapped when I entered the house. Does it still hurt? She hit my ear, Hu Ran said. Second brother went to the police station because of Uncle Gu, right? I heard that he was humiliated by Chi-Chi at the police station, so he went home to vent his anger on someone else. Third brother laughed. You don't say. Even with Gu Ziling's character, she did not gain any advantage in front of Xiao-Qi. Chi-Chi will become stronger when she meets someone strong. No matter who it is, she can handle them. Third brother saw that Hu Ran's face was getting less swollen quickly, so he held her hand and said, We should try not to get involved in the current situation of the Gu family. We should just watch the show. Otherwise, I am afraid that second sister-in-law will set you up again. Okay. Hu Ran held third brother's hand back. They were about to look at each other, when Hu Ran suddenly blushed. Don't sleep on the sofa tonight. I am used to it, you idiot. How can you rest well on the sofa when you go to work every day? She suddenly tugged at his shirt. Listen to me. Third brother was silent for 2 seconds. Finally he nodded. I will listen to you. In the other room, Gu Ziling was really angry. Although Sheng Kai had found an ice cube, she did not use it. Instead, she asked him calmly, Grandfather asked you to go to the study to tell you not to interfere with the Gu family's affairs, right? Grandfather's consideration is not wrong. But as your husband, I will still stand by your side and do my best to help you. Gu Ziling sneered after hearing that. How ironic. But I still have to thank you. Ziling, let it go. If the Gu family is in trouble, it will not be good for me. If we continue to fight, this family may really break up. Gu Ziling was still disgusted by the fact that he slept with the secretary. But now it was a critical moment. She had no choice. All right. Apply some medicine to your face. Take a shower and rest. We will go to the Gu family tomorrow. Gu Ziling was full of fear when she thought of the Gu family. The Gu family is in such a situation now. My uncle is being investigated by the police. Kai, can you think of a way to stop the police from pursuing the Gu family? If the matter is exposed, it will be one disaster after another for the Gu family. I will think of a way. Actually, what else could he think of? He could only go to Zhongting and look for Sheng Xiao. He hoped that he would let the Gu family go for the sake of their brotherhood. But this matter had nothing to do with Sheng Xiao. Mu Qiqi was not the main person in charge of the murder case. Would it really work if Sheng Kai looked for Sheng Xiao? It was clear that he trusted Sheng Xiao's ability to interfere in matters, although he was very unwilling to look for Sheng Xiao because it would hurt his pride. Chapter 519. The next morning, Zhongting's secretary received a call from Huang Yao. Sheng Kai wanted to meet Sheng Xiao. The secretary knocked on Sheng Xiao's office door and asked, President, are you willing to meet him? If you don't want to meet the Sheng family, I can decline on your behalf. Sheng Xiao did not even look up. He was focused on his own matters. He naturally squeezed out 2 words from between his teeth. I won't meet him. Sheng Xiao did not even look up. He was focused on his own matters. He naturally squeezed out 2 words from between his teeth. I won't meet him. He could not wait to go home to see his little one. He did not want to meet those irrelevant people. I understand, President. The secretary closed the door and looked at Sheng Xiao's schedule. Only then did he arrange an unimportant time for Sheng Kai to meet him. Of course, if Sheng Kai wanted to meet him, he would not move a single step away. If Sheng Kai had something to ask, He would have to meet him himself. Huang Yao's new secretary answered Sheng Kai. Zhongting gave you a time from 1 to 2 in the afternoon. But you have a meeting at that time, President. Postpone it. To be honest, Sheng Kai was really good to Gu Xiling. Now that the Gu family was in a precarious situation, he did not abandon his wife. He did not hold an important meeting just to help her solve her troublemaking uncle. But would begging Xing Xiao work? He knew very well that it was useless. But since he had asked, he had to put it into practice. Only then could he save his dignity in front of his wife. Where is the meeting place? At Zhongting. Sheng Kai nodded and sent his secretary away. This was good. He could also let him see how shocking and enviable Zhongting was. At 12:30 in the afternoon, Sheng Kai arrived at Zhongting early. But Sheng Xiao was still in a meeting. The secretary led Sheng Kai into Sheng Zhao's office. So this was Sheng Zhao's new kingdom. It was not as luxurious as Huang Yao's office. The whole office was simple, but it was more high-tech and several times bigger. Especially when standing in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows, one could see the whole of Jianchuan. It was indeed a good place. After a while, the secretary opened the office door. Sheng Xiao walked in. Seeing Sheng Kai sitting on the sofa, he waved his hand to let the secretary out. What's the matter? Sheng Xiao put down the documents and sat down on the sofa opposite Sheng Kai. You've become so calm. I'm not used to it. Sheng Kai looked at Sheng Xiao and felt that he had really changed a lot. The once flamboyant and crazy Sheng Xiao was no longer there. Instead, he was replaced by this calm and composed man. Let's get straight to the point, Chief Sheng, said Sheng Xiao. You've heard about what happened to the Gu clan. I'm here today because of Uncle Xiling. He's involved in a murder case, and Chi-Chi won't let him go. It's not that Chi doesn't want to let him go. Otherwise, once the case is exposed, the whole Gu family will be involved in a scandal. It'll be even scarier than now. Alright, I've already seen your office. I appreciate your kindness, but I really shouldn't have wasted my time here. Having said that, Sheng Kai got up from the sofa, because he thought that he could beg Sheng Xiao and put in a good word for him. But when he saw that Sheng Xiao was more outstanding than him, his self-esteem started to go crazy again. He clearly had something to ask of Sheng Xiao, but in the end, it became a tit-for-tat between him and Sheng Xiao. However, since he had put it this way, Sheng Kai was not afraid of going overboard. It's fine if you don't want to do it, but if I do it, I won't hold back. If little sister-in-law is hurt, don't blame me for not warning you. You can try. Chapter 520. Sheng Xiao did not tell Xiao Qi, or that Sheng Kai had come to him. After all, the fate of the Gu family had nothing to do with her. The Sheng family thought that Qi was taking the chance to make trouble for the Sheng family, but only he knew that Mu Qiqi would stand up for her no matter which family she came across today. Hence, she went straight to the forensics lab after class, wanting to know the latest development of the case. Professor, have you found the biological father of the child? The professor shook his head and answered Mu Qiqi. The truth is more complicated than you think. The deceased never had a lover. After escaping from a rich family, she lived alone and worked in a restaurant. The police asked the deceased's colleagues. Her best friend told them that the deceased was forced to give birth to the child. Why would the victim seek out the biological father of the child on her own? Did she have any grudges with anyone? She has a weak personality and never makes enemies out of others, the professor explained. But from the wounds on the body, there must be a deep grudge to do such a thing. It's a pity that the deceased's ex-husband refused to cooperate with the investigation. Did you find out why the victim met that scumbag? No one knows why the deceased died so tragically after seeing her ex-husband. The answer to this mystery lies with that ex-husband. Mu Qiqi propped herself up on the edge of the bed and could not help saying to the corpse, "Can you tell us more if you want to seek justice for yourself?" The corpse had been processed, and no extra hair or skin was found apart from the victim's own. Nails. Mu Qiqi picked up one of the nails and looked at it for a long time. Professor, these nails with two sharp ends are called splicers, right? Why? Splicers are mostly used for splicing wood. It's not common to see such things in ordinary homes. I didn't expect that a rich young lady like you would know about splicers. The professor laughed. That's right. It's a splicer. Ordinary people rarely use it. Can we use this attribute to investigate if there's anyone among the victim's acquaintances who could be related to splicers? Or we could investigate the surroundings of the Gu family. We have to find the first crime scene as soon as possible. The police are intensifying the investigation, the professor replied. After hearing this, Muchichi carefully observed the body of the baby. If the baby was killed by a fall, then the child should still be alive before his mother died. Would there be any other evidence on him? Professor, what's wrong? The professor hurriedly moved forward. The abrasion on the child's heel shouldn't have been caused by a fall, right? Based on the location of his injuries and the trajectory of his body, when he was thrown into the well before he died, he should have been facing the ground and lying on his stomach. Then the injury on his heel was not caused in the well. There is lime in the wound. The professor quickly took the tweezers and immediately collected evidence. The child must have been placed in a dirty and messy place when he was alive. Chi-Chi, you might have been a great help in finding the first crime scene. Although she did not know the truth, or what had happened between the victim and that scumbag, she had a feeling that the scumbag from the Gu family had something to do with it. At night, it rained heavily again. Sheng Kai and Gu Xiling were on the way to the Gu family. The current situation of the Gu family was really worrying. I went to Xing Xiao during the day, but he was indifferent. He thought that the Gu family should cooperate with the investigation. After hearing Sheng Kai's words, Gu Xiling sneered. It's not him. Of course, he can say whatever he wants. For now, we can only let the lawyer stop them. There's no other way. Sheng Kai comforted her. I know. You've tried your best. After all, Sheng Xiao is not an obedient person. Gu Xiling expressed her understanding. Soon they arrived at the Gu family. At that moment, Mama Gu and Gu Xiling's uncle were sitting in the living room anxious. Xiling, I'm really at a loss now. Your father needs someone to take charge of the situation. But your brother is only 17 now. He's at the age where he likes to play. He can't be of any help at all. There's me, Gu Xiling's uncle said. Is there anyone more suitable than me now? You'd better clear up the murder case first, Gu Xiling said coldly to her uncle. Mommy, why don't you do it? I don't have enough shares. The shareholders will not agree to let me join the board of directors. I don't have the mood to care about the company when your father is like this. You still have the cheek to say that, Xiling. I've been good to you before. This time I'm in trouble. You should help me no matter what. After all, you don't want this matter to be spread all over the city, do you? Mom, call everyone in the family here and nominate a suitable person. There are so many people in the family. There must be someone worthy of your trust, right? Mama Gu waved her hand. I'm very tired now. I can't think about this. The Gu family is in trouble now. I really don't know what to do. If you don't mind, I can send some people from Huangyao to help. It's better than being watched by others all the time. Mama Gu glanced at Sheng Kai and shook her head. I appreciate your kindness, but you have a lot of things to do in Huangyao. You don't have to work so hard for the Gu family. I can still hold on for a while, but I can't take any more bad news. So, Uncle, what else happened between you and that woman? Is there any secret that we don't know? Gu Xiling asked her uncle. The man with a big round belly was unwilling to admit it at first, but he could not hide it anymore. So he said, I met her in a restaurant some time ago. That B*TCH was living a good life. Of course I was angry, so I humiliated her. After all, that B*TCH made my life worse than death for the past 2 years. Nothing else. Later, I found her place and went there once. I found that the B*TCH had a child. What else? The man touched his head and shook it. What else? I just used force on her. But it didn't work. Then I left her place. Is that really it? The man nodded. Otherwise, do you think I have the guts to kill someone? At this time, the police were having a meeting, and the forensic doctor was also listening. So, Huatsong is still a major suspect. Huatsong was Gu Ziling's uncle's real name. Captain, I just received a call from the Gu family. Huatsong agreed to come over to give a statement. Then today's meeting will end here. When we interrogate that man tomorrow, we will extract valuable clues. Mu Qiqi rarely stayed in the forensics lab until this hour. When the professor informed her that she could leave, Mu Qiqi had already fallen asleep on the chair. She attended classes in the day and came to the lab to investigate cases at night. This child really did not care about her own body. Even Feng Shanshan knew to rest, and she was still so enthusiastic. Sheng Xiao waited for a while before getting out of the car and went to the police station. The people in the station knew that she was a family member, so they did not make things difficult and brought Sheng Xiao directly to the forensics lab. In the lab, the professor was about to wake the child up. You came just in time. I don't know what to do with her, the professor said to Sheng Xiao. Carry her back. It's so cold. She will catch a cold if she sleeps here. Sheng Xiao pulled Mu Qiqi into his arms and hugged her by the waist. Even with such a big movement, she did not wake up. Chief Sheng, you must remind her to rest. If she works so hard now, won't she die of exhaustion when there are big cases in the future? Thank you, Professor. With that, Sheng Xiao carried the little one back to the car and ordered Su Che, drive. Mu Qiqi did not wake up at all. She just lay quietly in Sheng Xiao's arms until they reached home. When Mama Sheng saw the usually lively Mu Qiqi being carried home, she quickly asked, What's wrong, Qiqi? Too tired. Sheng Xiao answered. Then hurry up and take her upstairs to rest. Mama Sheng waved her hand. This child seems to really like solving cases. Sheng Xiao carried her into the bathroom and put Mu Qiqi in the bathtub. When the little one felt the water temperature, she slowly opened her eyes. Aren't I in the forensics lab? Sheng Xiao had already taken off his clothes and stood in front of her. There was a mocking smile on his lips. So, what's the use of you being there? My discovery led them to the scene of the first murder case. Mu Qiqi retorted. That good. Knowing that Sheng Xiao's expression was displeased, Mu Qiqi quickly dragged him into the bathtub and touched his chest. I won't fall asleep from exhaustion next time. I swear. Sheng Kai came to me today and asked me to stop you from investigating this case. Mu Qiqi was shocked. Is he even human? Of course. Since he and Gu Ziling are husband and wife, they will become more and more alike. Why would he come to you? What face does he have to come to you? I still remember how he pretended to sympathize with you when he found out that you were down and out. Why are you so agitated? Sheng Xiao asked, holding her waist. The thing I hate the most about the Sheng family is that in their eyes, they can rely on connections no matter what happens. It's fine if it's business before, but now it's a matter of life and death. It's fine if they don't cooperate, but they still want to disturb the police investigation? Mother ***. And they still have the face to beg you. Hearing Mu Qiqi's nagging, Sheng Xiao suddenly pinched her chin and kissed her. This person had been too talkative recently. She would chatter endlessly. Mu Qiqi was stunned. Although she was unhappy, she still responded to Sheng Xiao's kiss. Xiao Xiao, the more cases I deal with, the more I feel that people are the scariest. Then do you want to see my scarier side? Sheng Xiao asked, hooking his arm around Mu Qiqi's neck. Mu Qiqi was stunned. Then she shook her head. No. With that, she wanted to escape from the bathtub, but Sheng Xiao pressed her against the edge of the bathtub. You only know how to bully me because I'm not as strong as you, Mu Qiqi muttered. You're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support. And don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.